um, oxygen and a feeding tube and
I can't. Oh, you're on.
feeds. I'm sorry, Alex. Can you manage this whole setup for a minute? Alex, can you manage this whole setup for a minute? I'm on the phone with my friend who just called me as I went live. Oh, you have bars. Let me get somebody. Let me get Mel up here. Mel, run the live for me. I'm
I
on the
got you.
phone.
I got you. I got you.
We're here. We're here.
Go ahead, mute up. I got you, Andy Wata.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Mel.
It's a wonderful day today, isn't it?
It is. That was. I feel like I got very.
Bro, gang, I was like, what is even
You know,
happening?
they came up on a live with us one time, and we just took them as another friendly trans friend, and we were having some conversations with some ops, and they would pipe in and say stuff that would just confuse the shit out of me, and I wasn't quite sure whose side they were on anymore. And then I woke up, or I got on TikTok. I didn't wake up and get on TikTok this morning, but I got on TikTok after I dropped my girl off, and pulled into that live and said, what is the conversation even?
They were
Because,
obsessed with telling us about their penis.
yeah, I noticed that.
Look, I am proud of what I have, and I have never spoken to someone that long about my penis.
But, like, I don't, with the husband in the background and what they were saying, and which you could barely hear, and I don't know. There was some things going on there.
I've done schmex work for a long time, and I've seriously never had a conversation that long about my penis.
I fucking love you. You're the best.
That's why I was muted so much in that conversation, because like the whole time the commentary that I was giving was just like, what the fuck are you saying, man?
And then, as soon as I thought I had a grip on the conversation,
Gone.
it was gone. I was like,
Immediately
wait,
gone.
I thought I had it. Where'd it go?
The moment we make a breakthrough, there's another ceiling.
I was so confused.
The thing that shocked me this morning, you know exactly what shocked me, Alex. You should know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna talk about that.
We'll
right
talk
now.
about that later.
That's a Discord conversation.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. I was confused by that one as well.
As soon as I woke up, I almost had a stroke.
I was like,
No, I went in there. That confused me right off the bat, and then I was listening to the conversation, and I was just like, I'm confused by the conversation. I don't know I didn't understand what the argument was or what the question was.
it never got less confusing. I want that. I want that to be understood. It never got less understood. Like the moment you thought, okay, now they understand, and then they would immediately say something else that, like, I saw everybody come off mute at once and was just like, "What?"
All right, we got it incoming.
All right, bet.
Maybe if they're gonna load. Bad Wolf, can we get your age and pronouns, please?
50. I'm a he, him.
Awesome. What can we help you with today?
Why do y'all believe trans women are women?
Oh,
How?
that's very simple. Do you understand that sex and gender are not the same thing?
No, I understand a man is a man. I understand what you said.
Right. So,
where did y'all
like,
get that from?
right. So, do you understand that sex and gender are not the same thing?
Yeah, having sex and gender is two different things, but what that got to do with a man being a man?
Yeah. So look. Let me explain it to you. Don't ramble. Let's just have
You
a
can't
cohesive
explain it to me.
conversation,
There's
right?
no explaining it.
All right. So let me explain it to you. Right. So you understand that sex and gender are not the same thing, right? You're a man, correct?
Yeah, so are you.
Are you? Definitely. I am
So
a
what you talking
man
about?
with 2 live in the house girlfriends. So you understand that? Are you literally just a man because of the parts that you have, or is it more than just the parts that you have?
No, making the parts make you a man. What you mean more than just
All right.
the
So
parts?
it's nothing to
What are
do
you
with your
talking
lived
about, man?
experience, right?
What?
Were you
What are you
born a
talking
man
about?
because you were born with those parts?
What are you
Right,
talking
and if you
about?
lost those
Let-
parts,
let-
would you still be a man?
Yeah, hear me out. Let's say you were born male, a boy. You weren't born a man, correct?
What are you talking about?
Just answer the questions. You'll understand. This is me holding your hand and walking you around the pond
No,
right
this is you talking stupid. You sound
now.
dumb, man. What
Wolf,
you mean?
wolf,
Well,
wolf,
Man is
let's
a
wolf.
not
man.
use
I got
ableist
Alex. I got Alex.
language.
He can talk to me crazy. I don't mind. I deal with
I'm
people
not
like this
talking to
all
you
the time.
crazy. I'm trying to understand what
Well,
I
okay,
want you to
so
make it
answer the
make
questions.
sense.
Answer the questions then, Wolf. If you're trying to have a conversation, just answer the
I'm gonna
questions.
answer your question.
Okay, answer the question. So when you were born, were you born a man?
Yeah, I was born.
You were born an adult, Bad Wolf?
Man, come on. You know what? I was born a
Okay, so you
boy,
were
man.
born
Come
a
on now. That's
boy,
why I say
correct?
quit asking stupid questions
Wolf,
and get to
Born a
what you
boy.
talking
Wolf,
about.
Don't say
Wolf,
stupid, please. Come on.
Wolf. You were born a boy, correct?
Exactly.
You were born a male. You were born a
A
boy.
male. There you go. A
Okay, so
male.
you were born a male, a
There
boy.
you go.
You weren't born a
Not a
man.
woman. I
However,
wasn't born a woman.
Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf. Let's have a cohesive conversation. Okay?
Yeah, you got to make sense to do that, though.
It's super easy if you just answer the questions without trying to rant behind your answers. So when you were born a male, a boy, you weren't born a man. Although you still have the same
Why
parts.
do you keep saying that, man? Why you keep saying you
Because you're
weren't
not
born a
understanding
man?
it, Bad Wolf. I can't
You
hold your
become a
hand.
man from a boy, don't you? So why do you keep bringing up
Yes,
you weren't
yes.
born a
So
man?
this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. You being a man is more than just you having the parts. I
Oh,
am a
no,
man.
it's not,
It
man.
is
No, it's
Bad Wolf,
not.
Bad
You
Wolf,
being a
Bad Wolf,
male is you
Bad Wolf, Bad
having
Wolf.
parts.
I am a man more than just because I have a phallus, more
You
than just
sound
because I have
silly, bro.
testicles.
That's what I'm
It is a
saying. You
lot
sound
more than
silly.
that.
You sound silly, man. For real. You saying
Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf.
I'm a
You can say
man
that you
because not
don't
because I was born
understand.
the parts. What are you talking
Bad
about?
Wolf, you can
That's
say
what
you don't
makes you a
understand.
man.
Just say you don't
No,
understand.
hey, no. It makes no sense what you're saying is what I'm
It
gonna
doesn't
say
make
because you
sense
don't.
to you, Bad
No, it
Wolf.
makes sense to nobody that's got common sense.
Let's work this out.
If you don't
Alex, do
have
you
common
understand what I'm
sense,
saying?
now
I
I'm
have
sure it
common
don't make
sense, and I
sense.
know.
Wait a second, Bad
I
Wolf. You're
do. I
embarrassing yourself.
understand
Alex, do you
that.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I understand
Okay.
when you're born, you're assigned either
That's
male.
because
Hold
she
hold
probably
on, Bad Wolf.
gay.
We're not
That's
talking
why
to you
she's
for a
saying
second.
that.
Vinny asked me a question. I understand, yes, when you're born male, or when you're born, you're either male or female or intersex. And that is separate from gender, as you've explained.
Exactly. Mel, do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Bad Wolf, I don't know why you're laughing. You're embarrassing
Why
yourself
wouldn't they? You
online for
talk
free.
about that's the gender. You have a male and a female gender. What
No,
y'all
those are
trying to
not
make up?
male and
I do
female are
not know.
sexist,
I don't
Bad
know where
Wolf.
y'all getting all these
Bad
genders
Wolf,
from.
I need to
Bad Wolf.
sidetrack for a
Male and
minute. I
female
need
are
Auntie
sexist.
Wata.
I
I
got
need
Man,
a
where
Auntie
y'all
Wata.
getting
question.
all these genders from?
Male and
Just be
female are
real.
sexist. Bad Wolf,
If you want to be gay, be
Bad
gay, but
Wolf,
don't say
Bad Wolf,
it's
Bad Wolf,
five
Hey, Bad
Bad
Wolf,
genders.
Wolf,
hold on just
Bad
for a
Wolf.
second,
Hold
okay?
on. I
Your
need Auntie Wata for a
understanding
minute.
of gender is
Vinny,
just
Echo,
based
Auntie Wata's
upon
on a
your
phone call.
societal or cultural
fuck. All right.
subscription.
Vinny,
There
hold
are
on,
a
please.
litany
Hold
of
on.
understandings
Vinny.
of gender.
Vinny, I need a minute.
Go ahead.
I brought Fatima up on my live the other day, and I was told they are underage. They need to go.
Oh, okay. I mean, they've been on our lives many a times.
That's not good because when they're like, you can tell they're a child when they're unveiled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, someone told me that they were told that they were a child, and I had to remove them from mine.
Okay.
Why would you want to
They're like,
conversate with a child anyway?
We
Bad
don't
Wolf,
want to.
we
That's why
don't.
Echo just came up and told us that they
right,
were a child. We didn't know they were a child. None of us here speak Arabic.
right. That's the only reason I came up. So I'm gonna drop down. You all have
Thank you,
fun.
Echo.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Echo. So, Bad Wolf, your understanding of gender is based upon your societal or cultural understanding. But there are
No,
societies and
it's based on
cultures. Bad
reality.
Wolf, you have to shut the fuck up and let me finish.
Yeah, I
So
told you,
there
you're
are
not making
cultures.
common
Bad
sense,
Wolf,
man. Make
Bad
it
Wolf,
make
Bad Wolf,
sense,
Bad
man.
Wolf, Bad Wolf. There are cultures and societies that use gender vehemently different than the way
Yeah, the
that you would
gay
use it.
society. You right.
No,
That gay
so
society.
okay, so
That's
listen, I'm going to explain a few societies to you. So there is in Indonesia, there's Kalalai, Kalabai, Bishu, man and woman, according to their society. Then you can go to India
a
where they
gay
have man.
society. There,
That is
it's gay
not that
people
they're
over there.
Bad
Bad
Wolf,
Wolf, Bad
you
Wolf,
gotta listen, man.
Bad Wolf. So there is Fafitime, Fafitama,
I
man
heard
and
all
woman
this, man. I'm just not to be
in the
funny. I heard
Polynesian
what you
cultures.
said. To be honest with you.
So there are other cultures that have other cultural understandings of gender. And I would say that you are correct to have your own cultural and societal understanding of gender. However, that is not the
That's all
understanding
gay
of
people
the
saying this,
world.
though. It's not people that's. It's all gay people saying it, man.
This is not all gay people.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's really not.
Or people that accept being gay because they probably got
That is
somebody
not
gay
how
in
it
their
works.
family and they want to
Gender
accept
identity
it.
and sexuality are different, Bad Wolf. Why are you embarrassing your family online for free right now?
No, I'm not embarrassing mine because I don't have no gay
You're very
people in
much
my family.
embarrassing yourself, Bad Wolf.
I don't think he's worth our energy or time. I've
Yeah, let's
seen
just
him in
go
other
ahead and get rid of him.
lives.
All right,
Yeah,
y'all have a good one,
Yeah,
gay
you
people.
too.
Yeah, you
Bye-bye,
too, Bad Wolf.
baby
gays.
Maybe
girl.
stick
Bad
around and
Wolf,
listen
go.
for a little
Bye-bye,
bit.
gays.
Bad Wolf, go
Bye-bye,
educate
See you later,
yourself.
Stinkerbutt.
Ain't good.
Wow. Okay, one more.
Hey, Luca.
Luca. Oh, is Luca friendly?
Hey, how
I
y'all
haven't
doing?
seen Luca
No, I have
before.
no
I'm
idea who
sorry.
this person is.
Oh, Luca, can we get your age and pronouns, please? Luca, can we get your age and pronouns, please?
Gay, he, him.
He's
Oh, I'm sorry. You
got
only have one
he's got
bar.
the red bars right now.
Can you try to?
I'll be right back. Let me walk
Awesome.
outside.
Yeah, no problem. Oh my goodness.
Only gay people. Gay society. The whole country?
Hello?
Hi, Luca. Can we get your age and pronouns one more time? But we couldn't hear you. Hello? Oh, we got bars again. But anywho, Vinny, do you have mod powers in here?
I do not on this profile at least.
Okay.
I think I do. What do you need me to check? I think I do.
Oh no, I have them. I was just wondering because Vinny
Okay.
was having a rough time with Bad Wolf, and I was gonna see if
Oh.
Vinny had mods so that they could kind of control that a little bit.
Yeah,
And
I do too. So
Addison's
we
in the
all
chat. I know
can
Addison's
help
got my
you.
back too.
Right. No, I got him. I got him too. I don't like to take power over somebody's conversation, you know? Like I don't have an issue with conversation overlay, but some people do. So
Yeah, I deal with guys like that all the time. Like
yeah.
I go to like PTA meetings, school board meetings, and all of that to like encourage people to like having LGBTQIA being taught in schools. So I'm used to people over talking to me a lot of the times, and a lot of times if you talk to them like a child, they'll come around and be like, at least be like, "Hey, please don't talk to me like that."
Right.
Then you have to break down like, "Hey, we can talk like adults, but you have to like have an adult conversation with me."
Good morning, AMC. Oh, Bad Wolf. That's okay. He can keep commenting till he goes too far.
It just helps with the algorithm.
Yeah, until he goes too far.
Yeah. Hey, AMC, can we get your age, please?
Oh, AMC's a regular.
I'm 43.
Can we get your pronouns as well?
And he and him.
Awesome.
I have my daughter is trans, and
I talked to you. You're a great dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
AMC's pretty awesome.
She went through precocious puberty at 7, and that was when we found out, because when I say my daughter freaked out, like, it was insane. Like, she, watching this 7-year-old unravel because she was, going through male puberty I didn't understand at the time, like, the entire, like, what was happening. And, eventually, she got on puberty blockers because she had to, whether she was trans or not. She was only 7. She couldn't go through puberty. But there's so much help out there if you listen to your child. And I can't imagine, the last caller came up, and that was the same exact thing that my family told me. And I have 6 children. I mean, my husband and I have 6 children ranging from 27 to 12. And they think that we transformed my daughter, like we rubbed off on her, that we put this idea in her head. And it's like absolutely insane. I'm like, no, we're 2 gay cisgendered men. That has nothing to do with being trans. It's two different things. Like, we couldn't make her trans if we wanted to. It's not possible. But now that she's 12 and she restarted the puberty blockers, and because it was started early, she's gonna have she's just growing up so healthy. Like, it's just so amazing to see how happy this has made her. We had to leave Florida because of it. Because, it was insane. We had to move 2,000 miles away to continue her treatment. And so that way they wouldn't take all of our children away. The whole thing is just insane.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you either. I was laughing at them tearing Bad Wolf up in the comments.
He needs his ass torn up. That's
oh my goodness.
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah. Can we get your age and pronouns one more time?
Yeah, sorry. I'm 48, he, him.
Awesome. Thank you. And do you have, what's your thoughts on the background?
Let kids be trans. I don't agree with that. I heard the gentleman a little while ago say that he advocates for.
Oh, there went your signal again.
I definitely don't agree with LG.
Luca, I would love to have this conversation with you, but I think you might need to find.
All right, give me another minute. Give me another minute.
Okay.
I'm about to go walk next door.
Alrighty then.
I have a feeling that I'm going to have a conversation with him that I have had with literal thousands of parents.
They think that we're like convincing our children to do this. Like, this is, if you know what, the truth of the matter is, because of society and because I love my daughter, I'm petrified for my daughter. And the older she gets, the less I can protect her. And that's petrifying for me.
Yeah.
And although I absolutely adore that she is who she is, if I could take this away from her, if I could take this off of her, I would, because I don't want her to experience what I know she's going to come across.
Yeah. Real quick, everybody, if we could, we got 16 people in here. Let's get them likes up to 5K to get us going. Let's get some shares sent out. Also, Auntie Wata has a goal of let them cook. They're 20 coins each. I'm sure we can help her hit that goal. Let's just tap that screen. Oh, also, if you haven't done your heart me for the day, go ahead and hit your heart me at the top. We'd really appreciate it. It helps get the live out there, get us some more people in here to have conversations with. Yeah, that was... Maybe Loco will come back.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to understand that children present... It's not like my daughter at 7 said, oh, I'm trans. Like, she just, presented certain qualities of depression and anxiety, and she started saying things like I'm not, and she's...
Ooh. I think AMC got a phone call.
She didn't have the vocabulary to explain.
Okay, here's Luca again.
Yeah, my nephew knew at 7. Like you said,
Hello?
he was very clear in saying,
Hi, Luca, hold on just a moment.
Okay.
He was very clear.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Luca. So you said the let kids be trans topic is the one you want to talk about, and you're back to one
Yeah,
bar.
I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. I definitely don't agree with teaching LGBTQ in schools at all.
Okay, we'll get to that here in just a second. I just want I want to help you understand real quick. So when we say let kids be trans, do you understand that people that are trans were born this way? Like it actually happens during the second trimester of pregnancy, the incongruity?
I with that to some degree, but some of them are not. Some of them are just confused.
No,
some of them have, obviously it's gender dysphoria, and they see and they feel a certain way, and so it's a confusion.
It's not a confusion. So some people that are trans have gender dysphoria, but not all. And that is a diagnosis that therapist makes in order to help them get through some of the things that they are dysphoric about. But not everybody has the same dysphoria, nor does every trans person have gender dysphoria. Also,
right, just
again,
like I was saying it's not the same as you were making the claim that it starts so early. It's not so early for everyone. Some people grow up and they see certain things and they get confused because children, their brains have not physically developed enough yet to be able to make these types of decisions.
What happens is they actually become aware of their gender. So when I say that it happens in the second trimester of pregnancy, so in the first trimester of pregnancy, your genitalia, there's a hormone wash that causes the formation of your genitalia. In the second trimester, there's another hormone wash that starts the development of the gender in your brain. When these children are born and they grow up, they start to become aware of the things going on in their brain, right? So, and the only way to interpret those things as a person, developing, is to become aware of it, right? And as they grow up, they recognize that what's going on, what they're becoming aware of, isn't matching what they look like physically, and the way that society.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, Auntie Wata. And the way that like society views certain physical characteristics, it doesn't match the way that they know they are, right? So then, even though they don't have the language for it as a small child always, they will have the awareness that they're not the same as, say, for instance, a little girl that was born female is looked at, perceived, and acts a certain way, and another child that's born female that isn't aware that they're a girl, that may be aware that they're a boy, notices that they're not the same as other girls physically.
That's
Even though
all.
they're physically the same, they're not aware. Their awareness of their gender isn't the same.
Right. So the majority of that is confusion. Okay.
It's not, though.
And what is being pushed, and their
Nothing's being pushed.
experiences of, can you just let me talk? I mean, Jesus. So what is
Well, I'm
being
going to
pushed
correct
in
you
their
when
experience?
you're
Well, you may
saying
say it's
something
not pushed,
completely
but
incorrect.
if you want to put, let me tell you something. If you want to put LGBTQ into schools, that is being pushed. I
No,
don't
it's
know what
not.
else you want to call
It's
that.
education.
Let me
I don't
take
know what
Alex.
else you want to call that.
Alex.
But that's not
Luca,
where
It's
it belongs.
education.
Luca, can
It is
you
not
tell me,
education.
Luca,
Historical accuracy is what it is.
can you tell me what teaching the
I don't know why I keep getting
LGBTQIA in
interrupted.
school would look like? Can you tell me what that curriculum looks like?
I could tell you what it would look like. You'd have a bunch of very confused kids.
Oh
All
my
right, so
gosh.
A bunch of very confused kids. You would always have a number of kids. You would also, let me finish. You asked me a question. Let me finish.
Luca, just tell
Let me
me what the
finish. If you're going to
curriculum
ask me a
looks like.
question, I cannot finish.
Luca, you're not
There is
You're
no
answering the
not
curriculum
answering
question.
the
for it.
question.
You're
There
not
is no
answering the
He asked
curriculum
you
for it.
what the
There
curriculum looked
is.
like,
Are you an
and
educator?
Yes, Luca,
I
I'm a
am. I
person
have a
Are you an
master's
educator?
degree in education.
Yes, Luca,
I'm not
I'm
asking you. I'm
Luca, I absolutely,
Do that.
I help structure curriculums that incorporates the LGBTQIA in schools. I am the person that you need to talk to in this conversation. When I'm asking you what that curriculum looks like, I'm not asking in your opinion, is it going to confuse children? I'm asking you course by course, what does this look like?
Are you an educator in the school system?
Yes,
What school system do you work in? What grade level?
Mind your business. We're
I
not doing all
structure
that.
curriculums kindergarten through 12th grade. I go
So you
to school board
think that there
meetings
should be
across America.
LGBTQ? Just because
Yes,
you go to school boards and you structure curriculum does not mean you're an educator.
Luca, you have to allow for me to answer you, okay?
You don't
So
let me answer.
Luca, I absolutely do. And as a matter of
You
fact, I'm
cut me
about
off
to go
3
into
times
schools.
already.
I'm about to go into schools and start teaching the neuroanatomy of these things, okay? I go into schools and I help structure these curriculums that would incorporate teaching about these things. When I'm asking you what the
No, sir.
curriculum looks like, I'm asking you to tell me course
No,
by
thank you.
course what each course looks like.
For what? LGBTQ?
Yeah, what do these courses look like? Just explain what the
Yeah,
course
there's
looks
not
like.
any curriculum right now.
Yeah, there
Yes, there
absolutely
is.
is. Yes, there
Not
are.
in
Already
school
is.
systems already.
Yes, there are.
Yes, there
Yes.
is.
Luca,
What
would you
schools?
like to make a
Absolutely
wager
there
on
What
that?
is.
schools? So first of all,
Luca, would you like to bet on
you-
that?
I'm asking you a question. So
How much
you're
money
saying
you
you're an
got?
educator. So you teach a class? You teach in a classroom?
Yes. I'm
Currently, you
actually
teach in a
published
classroom.
too. Yes.
How many times does Vinny have to tell you
What
yes? I don't
grade level
understand
do
why
you
you're not
teach?
understanding that.
What grade level
K
do you
through
teach?
personally?
12.
K
You
through
can't
12,
teach
friend.
K through 12. Okay.
Yes, you absolutely can.
So you teach
Luca,
5 days a week in a school right now.
No, I teach 4 days a week.
Luca, can I ask you a question? Why are you so triggered and angry? Why is this
Lying.
triggering
He's
and
not.
angering?
Luca,
You're so triggered and angered, Luca.
Luca,
Why?
I traveled
He
through
doesn't believe that.
Alabama. Luca,
He
I
doesn't
traveled
believe
through
that a black
Alabama
man can
State,
be an educator.
Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee,
Oh, and
and
there goes your
Florida.
signal again. He can't hear you.
So the curriculum is absolutely in place right now. We've already worked it out in places like Oregon, Washington State, California has a lot of it. Like we've
New
already worked this out with
Jersey,
New Jersey as well.
Colorado,
Yeah,
Oregon,
this exists
Illinois,
already.
and
New
Nevada.
Mexico.
Bitch.
Lucas, so what I'm telling,
Did you
I'll
just
be
call
in.
somebody a bitch?
Yeah, he absolutely did. I'm okay
Yeah.
with him disrespecting
Is
me.
He
no,
must have been
no, no, no,
talking to
no,
his
because he was
mama,
talking
because he
to
wasn't
somebody
talking to
else,
me.
and as patient as we have been with Lucas Signal for like literally 20 minutes trying to get him up here to have a decent conversation, and he gonna act like that. No,
Like,
I'm not playing that
I'm
game.
about to have like an online course that I'm gonna have to mute up for about an hour so that I can teach about it.
I think that's amazing, honey.
Okay, baby. I really think that he was having a difficulty believing that you're an educator, Vinny, because you're a black man.
I believe that
I
too.
truly do think so. And it's not uncommon. Like when I'm in these meetings and stuff, that a lot of people, when they're saying that, well, first of all, my first name's Italian. Like we got to start there. So when they introduce me, they'll be like Vincenz, and I'm not gonna say my last name. Introducing Vincenz, and like I'll walk up on the stage, and then everybody kind of looks around like, where?
Where is he?
Look, he's
black
still
man
in the
with the
comments.
locks on
He's
the
lying.
stage.
Nobody's lying, dude. We haven't even got far enough for you to call us liars.
Like literally, just all you have to do is like listen, and I'll tell you what the curriculum looks like. It's not what most people think it
That's
is.
all you had to do. Yeah.
So 2 things. Auntie Wata, Mel had to go to work. She said bye. And Echo came up here to let us know that Fatima, one of the ones that comes in for coins, has been flagged as underage. So we can't have her up anymore without risking your life.
Okay. Well, this one definitely isn't underage, hopefully.
Oh my God, he is in the state of Louisiana, and the course that I'm teaching today is in Louisiana.
That's so great.
Wow. Like, imagine being so full of misinformation that you just come up here spouting nothing but misinformation and can't be corrected at all.
I just went and looked at his bio. It says he's Louisiana born, and I'm about to teach this online in about an hour.
He's still in the comments. Liar. You're not coming back up here. You can't seem to get your signal under control, Luca. I'm sorry. He's still in the comments. Liar. You're not coming back up here. You can't seem to get your signal under control, Luca. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to make Vinny sit here and waste his breath trying to explain things to you when you don't want to listen.
That I used to do. And well, I basically worked to help schools incorporate led families into their curriculums. And so a lot of when we talk about like this LGBT, teaching LGBT in school, a lot of times it's actually like talking about different kinds of families and how they're structured.
Okay, Summer.
And just representing different communities. Oh, thanks for coming, Summer. Different communities. Like these folks really think that you're up there teaching, how to have GAY smacks or something.
That's all they do, Auntie. They just schmexualize it. That's all they do.
Right.
When they hear
Robbie,
everything about us
that's not okay.
sexual.
I mean, y'all don't have to necessarily mute things like that, but.
Well, child, I'm Gen X. I'm of the generation that is denoted by parents putting beer in baby bottles.
Rubbing whiskey on your gums so you can go to sleep at night.
We don't do that
I'm telling you.
Oh, Auntie, what if they only knew how Gen X was raised, if they really understood how we were raised.
Right?
I'm surprised most of us survived. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Like we raised ourselves.
Yeah, any Gen Xer over 50, I'm like, how the heck are we still here with everything that we did and experienced? Seriously.
Yeah, I raised myself.
Being locked out of the house. Like these kids, they will barely let them out of the house these days. We were locked out of the house.
Yep.
Don't come back in this house unless you
Until
want
the
to
lights
stay
come
for
on.
good.
Till them street lights come on. You thirsty? You
Yep.
better go grab that water hose.
Better get that water hose. Yep. Boy, and our parents you could hear them from a mile away when it was time to come home and you weren't there yet. Boy,
Shit,
my mama would come out the back
better
door
be
and
at the
just
house
yell.
when it's time.
We would be running home.
I could hear her down the road at the park, and I'd haul ass home.
Yep, she would be yelling. And then our aunt lived in the same apartment complex down the way. And like I swear they had the epic phone tree because I couldn't do shit. I couldn't do shit. I couldn't do nothing without it getting back.
Well, see, and I had a single mom growing up. After I was 6, I had a single mom household, and so she was working and going to school. So like I literally took care of myself. She was not around for good reason. You know, I give her that. You know, she was trying to do something and make better for us. But yeah, I basically took care of myself, fed myself, did everything for myself. But man, so she couldn't really punish me for things because she wasn't there to like make sure that I'm grounded or doing what I was supposed to be doing or whatever. But boy, if she was at the house and she yelled at me, I got back there quick.
Oh, they had a reporting network, baby. Like, I remember thinking my mother wasn't gonna find out about things.
She always does. Rika, what does that mean?
I am on the oldest millennial. Like I'm the year after Gen X.
See, I don't even consider you a millennial because like there's like this cusp of 3 years, and it is really a big difference from millennials to Gen X's. And I was raised Gen X. I don't care. I'm 83, but I was raised Gen X.
Yeah, because we still didn't have like technology. We didn't have like
not like it is now.
No, nothing like it is now. And it really wasn't that way. I mean, even when I graduated high school, we didn't have computers.
Oh. Go ahead. I was saying to Rika in the comments. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, we didn't even have computers in high school. Like when I was in middle school, it was still typewriters and, yeah.
Oh, we got Michelangelo coming. Oh, never mind. Oh, somebody else pushed the button already. Hi, Michael. Can we get your age and pronouns, please? Michael, can we get your age and pronouns, please?
Everybody that comes up has technical difficulties.
I know. What's going on?
Oh, the bars.
Michael, are you there?
Yeah, how about you pedophiles leave the kids alone?
Whoa, wow.
Oh, you want to suck me after school? That's crazy.
Really? That's what you start with?
So you're fascinated.
You want to lick the roof of my mouth?
Can we get your age and pronouns before you start being ugly?
He said a word that's not allowed on TikTok.
That is true.
He violated our community guidelines, and so I had to remove him because we don't allow violations of community guidelines on this page.
Yeah.
If he wanted to figure out if my skin smells like cocoa butter, he could have just DM'd me.
Mary, the AI sees that as spamming now, so we just do like favorite colors or something like that.
Says what's spamming?
Okay.
The F1 thing.
Oh.
You want to lick the roof of your mouth.
I know, Vinny, you got me with that
one. This is just, I was flabbergasted by all of it. But that's a good method, though. It shut him up. He got stuck.
Oh yeah, they always get confused. Just make it homoerotic just immediately.
You should have done that with Luca. He was obsessed. Or no,
There
Bad
are.
Wolf. Bad Wolf was the one that was
Oh,
talking about all the
you didn't hear me
GAYs.
say you want to hold my hand and walk under the bleachers after school?
Oh no, I didn't hear you say.
That's
Thank
why
you,
he shut up. He was
Mary.
like, "What? Why would you say that?"
What? Little moderator duties. If we can get everybody, I'm glad we got up to 5K. We got 32 people in here. Let's see if we can get that up to 10K real quick and get the shares up to, let's do 50 for now. Share it out to people. See if we can get some butts in the seats to have conversations. And don't forget your heart me's at the top of the screen, the little orange heart. It's 1 coin. And if you can, we also have a goal of the Let 'em Cooks up to 50. We're at 21 right now. If you can manage to do that, we would really appreciate it.
Is Amala in here?
I haven't seen her yet.
Amala, I want you to
Oh, that's a pretty bottle. Is
I
that
love it.
Divine?
I can't remember the name of it. I bought it from. It's very cheap. It is, but it smells so good. Thank you. Thank you, whoever that was. Let me
Hi,
see.
Jason. Can we get
Thank
your
you,
age and
Rika. Thank you,
pronouns?
Hey,
Angel. Thank you,
Queen. My name's
AMC.
Jason. I'm 28.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
That's good. I'm doing good.
Do you have any thoughts on the background, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, trans women are women. And gay men date trans, yeah.
No, baby. We're not doing that here. Hold on 1 second. I'm managing comments. Bye,
Kelton.
Kelton.
Bye,
I think that
Kelton.
was the same guy. I think that was the same guy because it said Louisiana born.
It's
If by
probably Luca.
P3DO you mean I pound your father when your mother goes to work in the morning? Then yes.
Ooh.
Bye, Felicia.
Vinny.
I'm taking
over and give it a
notes.
spank for me.
I'm taking
Right.
notes
I
about how
like
to
to
do
tell him,
this.
like, if you just want me to pin you to the wall and kiss you looking passionately in your eyes, just say that, baby. We don't have to do all this.
Yeah, baby.
Flirting like we're 8 years old.
Oh my Lord.
Kiss me with
I'm
your eyes
blushing.
open.
Think about me, baby.
Oh my Lord.
Listen,
I can't.
I came across I have a friend that's a trans man, and he is just fine. Like, he is so good. Like,
It's so much better when they're trans.
Oh my goodness, what's happening?
Oh, yes, he is one good-looking man.
I love trans men.
I've never looked at them different from men. Like, they just, I don't know. I like men. Like,
Rika. Auntie Wata, I'm going to switch devices. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And, get my box, too.
Is this, who is this?
Salam alaikum.
Oh, okay. Hi. So we have 2 people in the queue. Hey, Ace, I see you sneaking in here.
You can sneak in me.
I think that was an accident.
Oh, Lady Cat coming up?
Yeah. Got some wild tapping going on. Probably when you changed your layout, it probably happened.
Mm-hmm.
Start
I
off
need to
from
text my
zero.
little brother.
Please.
Come in.
Man, that little boy yesterday that kept
Good
saying, "I love
morning.
you, Rika,
Dude.
Galaxy, I love you, Rika, Galaxy," made me giggle so much.
That was so cute. Rika,
It
I
was.
love you.
Yeah.
It's chilly this morning. I'm out here drinking my coffee. It is cold.
It was only 41 degrees when I woke up.
Yeah, same. I'm not ready for the cold yet.
No, I'm not ready for snow.
I need to go buy some boots.
Yeah, that's
I
another
don't
thing.
know. I don't think we have room for any more gift solicitors.
Mm-mm.
And I don't know who this person in the queue is. But if it is one of them, I'm going to have to drop the one who came up first.
Ollie's been up here the longest.
Hi, Layla. Can we please get your age and your pronouns?
Hi, I'm 20 and I'm she, I guess.
Thank you. And what did you want to talk about?
So I personally don't agree with that. Well, I don't think I can agree with any of those statements. But
okay, pick one to discuss now.
I can start with the first one, that you believe trans women are women.
Go ahead.
Biologically, they are male. So I would consider them a category of men.
You would be wrong.
Just real quick to clear the air, are you gender critical? I feel like I've seen you before.
Me?
Absolutely. That's a GC talking point if I ever heard one.
I think I've seen Layla on the panels before. That's why I'm asking.
So racist.
I mean, I would consider myself pretty open-minded, and I watch a lot of podcasts. And from my own understanding, that's why I've come to a conclusion that I don't believe trans women are women. And I am a woman myself. And
sure.
I feel quite threatened by... I feel quite threatened by biological men invading my spaces and basically...
Have you heard of an irrational fear? Do you know what an irrational fear is?
Are you saying I've got an irrational fear?
Absolutely.
Yes. In what way?
What evidence do you have that that trans women are a threat to you in public spaces?
I mean, I stand up for all women like myself, and they're a threat to women.
What evidence do you have that trans women are a threat to you in public spaces?
My evidence is scientific. Let's look at
No, not that. No, we're not talking about who is or isn't male or female, or woman or man. I want to know what evidence
I'm telling you why it's a threat.
Excuse me, respectfully, I'm talking. What evidence do you have to support the idea that trans women are a threat to you in those spaces?
Because biological men are bigger in size, they are stronger physically, okay? And me as a woman, when I have a biological man in my space, that man dominates my space, and that's why I feel threatened. No matter if they're dressing up as a woman or not.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Right.
Yeah. Is that okay, Auntie Wata?
Go ahead.
Thank you. So Layla, are you telling me that all men are larger than all women?
Not necessarily, but the majority are. And
no.
If we look at...
also, are all men stronger than all women?
Not necessarily, but again, majority are. It's biological.
Do you have any sources saying that majority of men are larger or stronger than women?
Okay, I'll give you a statistic. The fact that
testosterone.
all biological men have testosterone, which is the male hormone, which gives you things like muscle.
Oh, hi, Envy. How are you doing, Envy? Is this one of your little peons?
So Layla, you realize that it's cis men that are harming women, not transgender women.
But we've
Transgender
seen
women are
cases
women.
of.
It's fear mongering, Layla. You are absolutely fear mongering. There
Are you denying that
absolutely
there's? Are you denying that there's no cases of any trans?
There's bad people, Layla, in every community, but the majority of people that are hurting women are cis men. Cis
Also,
men, Layla.
I would like that source that says that all men are stronger and all men are bigger than women.
Okay, I never said all. I said the majority.
Okay, sure. Show me that source.
I can find a statistic for you now.
That would be great. Let me see that.
So, Layla, go ahead and find your source.
I mean, I stand at right below 5'6" at 148 pounds. I don't know what danger I am to pretty much anyone, including men or other men.
Thank you.
Why do we keep calling men men? Like, why are we saying that they're men? What makes
trans
them
women?
men? Yeah.
Why do we keep calling trans women men? That's Layla. She doesn't know the difference.
Men don't exist. We're all the same.
Okay, I can get a source from the National Institutes of Health. This is looking specifically at male and female athletes.
No. You said majority of men are larger than women, not athletes specifically. You didn't go into athletes specifically.
Okay,
you
well,
said majority of men are larger and stronger than majority of women.
I'll find you one then.
That would be great.
So before you go find that, Layla, and I'm sure you'll have lots of fun finding that, I just want to say that you should probably verify such strong beliefs before you believe them and try to talk other people into them. It is ridiculous that you have come up here spouting this hatred and you can't even provide a source for it.
I can provide a source, but I'm not going to recite it from the top of my mind.
One of those ridiculous gender critical sources. Like
I don't know it off by heart.
No, you don't have it. If you ask me for a source, I have a Discord full of them.
Okay, let me give you a comparative study.
If you had a source, you would have it ready. You don't have
I have a source ready. If you let me speak,
you have no sources.
I will cite the source for you.
Yeah, go ahead. PMID, please.
This is a comparative study by A.E. Miller.
We just need the PMID.
It was published on the National Library of Medicine.
We just need the PMID.
It's A8477683 if you want to search it up. This is talking about the gender differences in strength and muscle fiber characteristics. Sorry?
She's going to take a look at that real quick to verify your source.
I mean,
well, see, Layla, this is the thing is we actually use sources, right? So whenever you come up with a source, we're gonna look at your source.
This isn't even an article.
Okay, well, can you flip your screen over so I can see what you're looking at, because I've got it right in front of me.
What do you have in front of you other than the abstract?
I mean, it's a study showing how there's the...
When you scroll down past the abstract, what do you see?
Is anybody willing to drop for Atlantic?
I'll drop. Bye, guys.
I mean, just read the study. It's the fact that in males, there's more muscle fiber than there is in females, statistically. And I can find the percentage for you.
And how does HRT affect muscle fiber?
Good morning, Atlantic. We also have, I was going to say, never mind. Go ahead, Layla.
Are you talking about hormone replacement therapy?
I asked you, yes. How does it affect muscle fiber?
Well, here's the slippery slope, though, because you people say that not all trans people need to take HRT.
Answer my question, please.
Do you think all trans people take HRT?
Do you think you can answer a question?
There you are.
Okay, if you increase the amount of testosterone in your body, yes, you can become stronger in aspects, but your bone structure will remain the same.
To my question, how does HRT affect muscle mass? How do female hormones that trans women take affect their muscle mass? How does blocking testosterone production in the trans woman's body affect muscle mass? Can you tell me that, my dear?
Also,
I'm
hold
not
on just a
sure.
second,
Enlighten me.
Layla.
Okay.
Uh,
So
But
when you go looking for studies, this is why I don't allow this disingenuous male female talk on my panel. We will talk about trans women and compare them to everybody else. This is a subgroup of people
okay,
that we're talking about. We're not talking about males because that's too large of a group for us to discuss. And I know that y'all gender criticals like to do that dishonest shit and just talk about males as if trans women are representative of all males. That's not what we do here. We're talking about trans women. Focus on trans women.
okay. Would
Focus your
you agree?
statistical analysis and your presentations and your evidence on trans women.
Would you agree that fundamentally?
The second thing that I'm going to say to you, and it's a question. So, my dear, if it is in fact true that you don't want to be in public bathrooms with somebody who is bigger and stronger than you, how do you account for being in public bathrooms with female athletes, female basketball players, for instance? Are you afraid to be in public spaces with
better run from the bathroom when I walk
with
in then.
anybody who's bigger and stronger than you, or just trans women? Because that's where we're coming in to what I call the irrational fear and the phobia. So are you not willing to go into any bathroom with somebody that's bigger and stronger than you?
I can't stop anyone that's bigger and stronger than me coming into the bathroom, right?
And
but
so a woman,
it doesn't mean that we can allow anyone and everyone to come into the bathroom.
Somebody that you recognize as a woman, because you're saying that trans women aren't women. So somebody that you recognize as a woman that is bigger and stronger than you, are you going to do you want them to not be in the bathroom with you?
No, because if you think about the fact that you break it down into their DNA, they have feminine.
Layla, that was your
They
argument.
have feminine bone structure, and in the same way, a female athlete wouldn't be as strong as a male athlete. There will be.
She's either bigger and stronger than you, or she's not.
Also incorrect.
You can save all that shit.
Right, but that was her argument. Your argument was because they're bigger and stronger, that somehow they are a threat to you. Well, if we were to extrapolate,
that's not my only argument, though. It's also the fact that
I'm still speaking, and that was your argument. That's what you said, right?
But it's not my only argument. It's the fact that they can identify themselves as trans and walk into any bathroom.
Layla, I am still speaking. Okay. If we were to extrapolate your principle to society at large, a lot of people you recognize as women wouldn't be able to share space with you. Do you understand this?
I'm sorry, can you repeat what you said? We were cutting off a bit.
If we were to extrapolate your principle to society at large, a lot of people you recognize as women wouldn't be able to share space with you.
Okay, but
like for instance, Serena Williams wouldn't be able to go to the same space as Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be allowed in the bathrooms
because
at all.
Serena Williams will body slam all of us in here.
Me too. Yeah.
So,
including me.
If we were to extrapolate your ridiculous principle to society, you'd be segregating a lot of cisgender women. So when you endeavor to exclude trans women, you're actually excluding cis women.
But do you not remember when I said
Layla,
that?
I also want to point out the fact that...
Can I just say something because I have to go back into class?
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute,
go ahead,
let her respond.
I also mentioned the fact that when a biological male comes into my space, they dominate my space. I didn't say biological women, and female athletes that stronger than me are biologically women.
Dominate your
space. Do you have evidence of that? Do you have evidence for that?
According to the study done by Safe Growth, you can go to safegrowth.org. All you have to simply, if you don't even want to just go to safegrowth.org, you can simply search, are genderless bathrooms unsafe? And the first thing that it's going to tell you is, any gender going into any restroom doesn't make it unsafe for women and children.
Bathrooms are not gender-based.
Layla, so they are. That's why they're men's room and women's room and not male's room and female rooms. What you want to search is are gendered restrooms unsafe, and then go from there.
Okay,
it's going to show you. It's going to show you that the study is going to tell you that it does not make it unsafe for you or for children, Layla. What you're doing is exactly what Auntie Wata just said, is you're having an irrational fear. I would very much encourage for you to stop taking the word from people like Envy and start actually researching these things. Just take the time to look up. Kyle, be quiet. I'll get to you next. Think about it. What you
Okay,
want
can
to
I
do
just
is,
respond to that, please?
Layla, what you
If
want
you
to do
say
is,
that bathrooms are
Layla,
gender-based and
they are gender-based. That's why they are men's
Okay, but
room
can
and
I
women's room.
respond to
Layla,
that,
hold
And
please?
not
on a
male
second.
rooms and
If
female rooms.
can I
Layla.
respond to that or not?
Go.
If you say they're gender-based, we're not sex-based.
Respond when you
Listen,
look this
hold
up,
on.
Layla.
You have to let Vinny finish.
Good
And then you
Respond
can
to this when you
respond.
look
You
this
can't
up. Just let me
respond in the
finish.
middle of his sentence.
Is he ever gonna
okay?
stop?
Just let me finish.
You're gonna stop. Goodbye.
Okay, so what you want to do is, again, Layla, you want to do your due diligence and look these things up. So if you do have a fear that
Okay,
is
I'll do that in my own.
rationalized, then you're going to rationalize it with the data that's going to support this argument.
Okay, but you're just repeating
Just simply
yourself,
take the
and I'm
time,
trying to
Layla,
respond.
right? Just, Layla, simply take the time. Just like you just went and did and went and found the study.
I got her.
I would like for you to finish this study with, go and look and see if gendered restrooms are unsafe, and then come back with a study that says that it is unsafe for any gender to enter any restroom. Go and find that.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
also moving the
Can I
goalpost.
respond to that now? If
You're
you
moving
believe
the
that
goalpost.
Did you hear
bathrooms,
anything he said? He asked
yes,
you to
I
find
did.
a source
And
for your claim.
okay, but can I respond?
That trans women make
If
bathrooms unsafe.
bathrooms are gender-based and not sex-based, why do men's
Okay, so now
bathrooms
you
have
want to
urinals,
pivot. So
and
now
why
you
do
want to
women's
pivot.
bathrooms have
So now
pads and
you're
tampons
trying
and all
to
of that?
pivot.
Men's
So
restrooms
we
also
will
have
allow you
display
to
toilets in them
pivot.
too
Wait a minute.
sometimes.
Wait a minute. Don't Aunt Vinny, don't answer that. We will allow you to pivot if you concede the prior point. That there's
Okay,
no
I'll tell you
evidence
why.
that trans women.
I'll tell you why
No, darling. I'll
personally
tell
it
you
affects my
what.
safety.
I'll tell you
Layla,
what.
what you're conflating
You are
is
trying
your
to pivot.
comfort to safety.
We asked you to provide a source for your claim that trans women pose a threat to cis women in bathrooms. And now you want to pivot to this idea of gender-based and sex-based. It's me, the host, muting you because I will not have you
An
talking
example
over
to
me.
why they're
No,
Me, the
Layla,
host,
provide
muting
a
you because I will
source.
not have you talking over me.
Like,
So if
I
you
don't
want
care
to
about your
pivot
being
away
comfortable.
from, yes, provide a source if you want to pivot, or we can pivot with your concession. But we're not going to pivot away from this. Provide a source.
Respectfully, I do not care about your anecdotal experience when it's compared to empirical data. Provide something that is going to say that it is unsafe. And I can understand that you are uncomfortable, but you do not have the right of privacy or comfort in public spaces like public bathrooms. That's also something that you can research. What you need to do is provide a source that says that these spaces are going to be unsafe regardless of your discomfort.
Right, provide a source, darling, and we can pivot. Provide a source, and you win the argument.
Okay, I've got a source for you. This is you. I'm assuming you're from the USA, based on your accent.
We just need a URL.
This is from the UK Parliament, so I don't know if this resonates with you. But it says here, the statistics in March/April 2019, where there was honestly less trans people come out this time. So 76 sex offenders out of 129 trans women was 58.9%, if you want to talk about that. That is more than half.
Wait. Okay, so Layla, do you know what those crimes were?
I mean,
let's get specific. Do you know what those crimes
does
were?
it matter? A sex offender is a big thing.
It does matter. It absolutely does matter because what they're listing as a
are you justifying someone being a sex offender?
What they're listing as a sex crime includes prostitution. That matters.
Oh, that's so rude.
That matters.
Okay. I'll show you rude.
Right. So I know the
wanting that spot for another op anyway.
Yeah. Excuse me. I know the stats she's bringing up is from the UK, which I dissected a couple days ago. So they don't tell you specifically the kind of sex offense they committed. And if you look at the UK, what they classify as sex offenses, that includes escorting and prostitution.
Yep.
Also, if I can do some mod duties real quick, the two of you that are sitting in the guest box, y'all can't seem to control yourselves from talking over people. So you're going to sit there until we're ready for you. And for the rest of everybody, if we could, we're up to 60 people in here. If we could get the likes up to 20K.
Wait, who
Hold
was
on,
just
Layla.
talking
I'm
about
freaking talking.
Act like you have some house training.
Jesus. And for everybody else in here, if we can get the likes up to 20K, that would be great. And get those shares up to 100. That would be fantastic. And like I said, we are using the current gift goal is let them cooks. If you feel like we're cooking, go ahead and hit that gift, and
Do we have
let's try
any
to complete
other
that goal.
opposition that can control themselves from talking over people that would like to come up on the panel?
Not currently in the box.
And help Layla. We would love for somebody to come up and help Layla.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure who brought up the point about prostitution.
It was Rika and me.
Okay, well, I've just scrolled down on the same page, and it says that the MOJ stats show 76 of the 129 male-born, trans women, or identifying as transgender, have at least one conviction of sexual offence. This includes 36 convictions for RAPE and 10 for attempted RAPE.
Please provide the URL.
And you do recognize that with Schmeck's crimes, as far as prostitution goes, that is one of the charges that will be listed. Because when the John says, no, she was doing it to me, I didn't want it, that attempt goes on
I put it in the
record.
comments.
Again, that attempt goes on record. So you need to pay attention and actually read
but
into
Auntie
this.
Wata, that it's crazy to me that you're justifying RAPE. Why do you?
No, it's
no,
not.
we're not. What we're saying is that all of the charges for sex crimes on that list are not all RAPE. That some of them are Schmeck's work. That's what we're saying.
But I've just read it out, and it said it was 36 convictions of RAPE.
Yeah, and how many did you say it was? 70 something? So why don't you use some accurate numbers? If you're going to call it all grape, then use the accurate numbers.
Okay, but
yeah, and what is the population?
36 out of 70 is more than 50%.
What is the population of transgender people in the UK?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's about 300,000.
Right, so
out of
just because there's
300,000,
more people that aren't doing it, you're going to excuse the people that do it. And
I am still speaking.
Nobody's
Layla.
excusing anybody from committing a crime.
Right, so I think it was Mary.
Do not talk over anybody else, Layla, or we're going to have to excuse you from the panel.
Right.
Let
So
Atlantic finish her comment. Please.
So Mary Green earlier stated that there's bad people in every community of people, right? So we're not saying that trans people aren't capable of committing these crimes. Yes, they are, just like everybody else. What we're saying is this is not as big as you're making it out to be. Because the narrative you're pushing is, there's a lot of trans people in prison because they committed rape, therefore all trans people are dangerous. That's your narrative, right?
Okay.
That's where you're going with this?
I mean, if it was just one, it would be a big deal to me personally as a woman.
So
I
not
would
just
never
one
want to see
cis
a woman.
woman.
Okay, so all women.
One second. Not just one cis woman has raped another woman, therefore all cis women are fucking dangerous and rapists. How about that?
Okay, but
I can commit the same fallacy you're committing.
Okay, but the point is
There's no but. There's no but. What do you mean but?
Look at the statistics though. It's
not logically consistent.
Here we go.
Look up the statistics of how many cisgender women commit those crimes.
Okay, but you can't find a loophole around
That's not a loophole.
We're not trying to find a
women
loophole.
using the same restroom, but you can find a loophole around trans women using the same restroom.
We're not trying to find loopholes. These are actual facts.
Because
They're
why
not
do you
loopholes.
prioritize trans women's comfort over women's comfort? This is like eradicating feminism
over
as a whole.
comfort.
I don't give
Not
a fuck about
comfort
anything's
over
comfort in
comfort.
public spaces. Your comfort is not more important than someone's safety.
It's my safety as well. I don't want to go into
It
a
is not.
bathroom
It's
with
your
a biological man.
safety.
Layla,
Mind
did you
you,
say that
I
it is
It's your
personally,
perceived
Layla,
safety,
did you
Layla.
just say
Otherwise, you
that
have
it is
statistics.
eradicating feminism? Did you just say that it's
you are
eradicating
because you're
feminism?
allowing biological men to once again invade
Layla,
women's
can you give
spaces.
me the dictionary definition of feminism?
Well, I'd have to look that up for you.
Yeah, look that up really quickly.
Look it up real quick.
I'm certain she's not a feminist.
It's the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes. And right now we're being stripped of women's rights because...
On the basis of what?
On the basis of the equality of sexes.
Hey, Layla,
I gotta
have you
ask this question.
Wait, hang on. Layla, have you ever used the men's room because the women's line was too long?
No. Why would I put myself in that danger?
It's not danger. It's your perceived danger.
Do you think hinging an argument on the idea that women are inferior to men, or that females are inferior to males is based on the equality of the sexes?
That's not feminism.
That feminism? Is your idea that females are inferior to males? Is that feminism?
I never said females are inferior to males.
You sure have been. Yes, you have.
So let me ask you this: if I were to
it's just a fact that scientifically,
stop. I'm asking you a question.
Women are built different to men.
No,
yes, stop.
I'm asking you a question.
God.
If I were to say Mary is stronger than Vinny, who has the superior strength, and who would have the inferior strength, Layla? You can unmute and answer.
Who's Mary and who's what? What are you talking about?
I said if I were to say Mary is stronger than Vinny, which one of them is superior? Which one of them is superior? I'm literally right next to you, Layla. And which one of them is inferior?
It's not about...
Pay attention.
It's not about superiority. It's about...
No, pay attention. I said Mary is stronger than Vinny. Which one is superior?
Physically, emotionally, mentally?
Answer the question, Layla.
In what way is she stronger?
Answer the question, Layla. Which one has the superior strength? Please don't disingenuously try to dance around answering the question. If I say Mary is stronger than Vinny, who has the superior strength?
Bro, it's not about superior strength. It's like if I were to say I'm smarter than...
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, also Layla never brought a study that she never brought anything to discredit the study that I brought. She brought a singular study that was about transgender women and sex-related crimes, when we dispelled that already with it probably being sex work, and the John saying, I don't want to be caught with this. I would rather say that I was great because of the negative stigma that comes with it.
Yeah, I just wanna emphasize on something. The source that she provided. We talked about this with Atlantic before. Atlantic, are you still here with us?
Yeah, Atlantic already pressed her on it because Atlantic already studied the study.
I was with Addy when we were dissecting that whole spiel.
Right. So, Atlantic, do you remember that there was an author's quote?
Yup.
Tell me why the source that she provided also. 1 second.
You know what? Let's put it on screen for them. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, the source that she provided, as you guys can see, mentions the author's quote. Has it been discredited? And then the own author of where they got this information from says it right there. Let me read it to you guys. The individual in the image who is making claims about trans criminality, specifically rape likelihood, it is misrepresenting the study findings. The findings do not include specific results for any form of SA. Therefore, it is true that claims specifically about rape, rather than violent crime in general, cannot be made.
Oh,
yeah, because they didn't specify what these charges are.
Right.
They're
So
just lumping them together.
This is the own author, and let me see if I can find it.
Send me that immediately.
Yeah, I've read that study a few times dealing with the GCs. It definitely doesn't prove their point because it doesn't like separate the different types of crime there are. And so the GCs just use it as, oh, they all committed rape. Yeah.
Hey, bring Layla back.
And not just that, but also how they basically, the way they classify people as transgender, they said prisons, it's just by the person self-reporting to be transgender. There is no it doesn't show any history of them of anything. Only like 43 of them reported a history, and those are put in the female prison.
ooh, look, I got these kids doing little drills
Now,
and
here's
stuff
the
on
thing.
how
You
to
wanna
not be assholes.
know why this is disingenuous? These gender critical people, they don't believe in self ID.
Nope.
So if
No.
you don't believe in self ID, then why are you citing a statistic about supposed trans people that are self identifying when you don't believe in self ID?
Don't make sense.
Yeah. So to your logic, gender criticals, because you don't believe in self ID, these people are not trans to you. So then why are you using that they're trans?
Addy girl, clean your
Imagine
keyboard.
being eaten up by the study that you mentioned. Girl, how
Listen,
you doing?
So,
Can
you
we get
guys
back
are
to that? Can we show
justifying
her that
as you
again?
sexual
guys can see,
assault. It doesn't
as you
matter
guys
if it
can
was
see,
Layla,
RIP or
Are you
Layla,
not.
gonna
Layla,
come in
Alex
with
is
the
Layla.
massive
busy.
We was
appeal
thinking
to
about.
emotion?
Give
Are
us
you gonna
just 2
come
I'm
in with the
seconds.
massive
sorry.
appeal to emotion, Layla?
Go ahead,
Okay,
Addy.
I'm
everybody.
sorry. Let me
We all
let
know
me
that
see.
she's completely wrong. Let's just do one person at a time to prove it to her.
Right.
Thank you,
So
Alex.
what I wanted to say is that on 9/27, you can see right there the date. This is the I literally copy. I'm gonna paste it because I can copy and paste your message. That is the link that you provided for us. And as we can see, if I go like to my this thing, whatever it is, this is the one you provided, the one I'm reading. Can you say yes or no if this is the one you
Yes.
provided? Correct?
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna go to Discord and look at this. Look when I click on the thing that we were investigating with Atlantic. Is that not the same one?
Yeah, I'm just taking your word for it, but just
Right.
say your point, please.
So once again, if the author's quote, aka the person that did the studies, is telling you that it shouldn't be misrepresented, right? Why are you misrepresenting that information the author is telling
How
you
did I
not to
misrepresent the
misrepresent?
information?
Because she didn't read it.
No.
These people don't
Wait,
fucking
Addy,
read.
read it. Read exactly what he said. Read exactly what he said because she's not understanding. You're gonna have to say exactly what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because she didn't
Layla
read the
didn't
whole
read the
study.
study.
I think some people just Google the first thing to try to prove a
Okay.
point.
We call them
Here it
headline
is.
hoochies.
Confirmation
Okay,
bias
let's let her
fallacy.
read it.
Here it is. And I'm gonna highlight it that way if you guys can see or
Can you
read
read it
for
out for me?
yourself.
Because your screen is a bit
Yeah.
small.
We're gonna read it out for you.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you had the study in front of you, Layla.
I thought you read the
Well, I've
study.
closed it
She
because you
didn't
Right.
read
So
kicked me
this
it.
off the
is,
live.
as you can see, the author's quote.
Envy
The
did not send her
individual,
best.
the individual in the image who's making claims about trans criminality, specifically rape likelihood, is misrepresenting the study findings. The findings do not include specific results for any form of SA. Therefore, it is true that the claims specifically about rape rather than violent crimes in general cannot be made. So this is the author, and this is from your own source.
And real quick,
Ate up
thank
So
by
you
you
your
makes you
own
everybody
feel
for
source
hold
better
is
on,
that
hold on,
crazy
hold
work.
on.
So it
Mod
makes you feel
duties,
better that
mod
not all
duties.
cases are
Hold
great.
on. I know I said hold on several times. So thank you everybody for reaching the live goal. Auntie Wata, if you want to set up a new one, we really appreciate the help, and let's get those likes up to 20K as well. I appreciate it, you guys
And you got a
and
subscription.
gals
Okay, can I
and
respond to
non-binary
Addy,
pals.
please? Because
Sure.
clearly this is your rhetoric is that it makes you feel a little better that not all the cases are great. Some of them are just sexual
Thank
offense
you
and
for
sexual
the
violence.
subscription and thank you for getting
Please,
me to my
Layla, say
live goal.
sexual
Yeah,
because
but Layla,
This is
there's a
literally
reason. Layla,
justifying
there's a
sexual
reason. No.
violence.
Layla, there's a
Layla,
reason
shut
for that
up.
because we already discussed what is included in that group.
Well, a part of it is rape.
No.
grape.
What is
Please watch your
included
TikTok language.
in all those other numbers?
What do you mean? What is included?
Prostitution.
Okay, but not
Not
all of it is prostitution.
Please do not say prostitute.
And not all of it is grape.
So just because some of them are grape, it doesn't make it any better.
Layla, the
Okay, you know what? Let
numbers
me
of
just.
cis women who have raped cis women
Yeah, let me just
These
put
are
this to
fucking
rest.
real.
Let me put this to rest. Layla, has cisgender women raped other cisgender women?
Yeah, definitely. There's probably been
Okay.
cases of it.
Are some of the inmates that are in the women's prison in there for raping other women?
Well, usually they would be
Is that a
segregated
yes
in
or a
some
no?
No, they
way.
wouldn't.
Nope.
Is that a
No, they
yes?
wouldn't.
Is that
I
a
mean,
not.
in
yes or a
the
no?
UK, yeah, they would be.
Layla, is that a yes or a no?
Depends what country you're talking about.
And now it depends on the fucking country. Look, you see what I'm saying with these fucking
It does though.
chocolates?
Different countries have different laws. What do
Layla, let
you
me
mean?
ask you the question. Okay, let
Disingenuous.
me rephrase the question. Have cis women ever been convicted for raping other cis women?
Yes.
This is
Right.
your own source.
Okay, so if we were to take again your fucking principle and extrapolate it, then you'll be excluding cisgender women too. Okay, it's the same thing as before. And not to mention, you're committing so many fucking fallacies, a slippery
Okay,
slope.
listen. I didn't
I am
say.
not done speaking.
Love you guys. Thank
You're
you.
committing this thing called the slippery slope fallacy and a hasty generalization fallacy. Which
Okay, but I
makes
didn't
whatever
say that
argument you're making,
eradicating
I'm
trans
still
women
speaking.
from
I am
women's
still speaking.
spaces
I
is
am
going to
still
get rid of
speaking.
rape.
I am still speaking. Which makes whatever argument you're making complete utter garbage and invalid.
Well, let me tell you why it's not. Because I never said that removing trans women from women's bathrooms is going to eradicate rape as a whole, but it's going to definitely decrease it. And do we not want that?
Okay, so show me a
Yeah,
statistic.
wouldn't you say?
Okay, Layla,
We
show me
asked
a
you for
statistic.
sources
Yeah.
regarding bathrooms. You gave us a source related to a prison that doesn't prove your point, and now you're trying to say that your source supports the idea that bathrooms are safe. You have yet to support that with any
So
kind
are
of
you
source.
denying that there's
Do
never been one case of a trans...
do you have
Layla,
a source?
Okay, I want you, Layla. I
Would you
want
agree
you,
that there's been at
Layla,
least one case of a trans woman
Layla.
Yeah,
I
because
would
there's
I
been
agree
have
that
more
a
we would
cis
case
like
of
women,
you
an
taking
to
Layla.
provide
advantage
us.
of another
I
woman in a
can't
bathroom?
fucking speak
I
Layla,
to
would
there's
this
been
like.
more
person.
cis women. Are we going to ban all cis women from cis women's bathrooms? Come on.
I can
Can you
agree that
answer
I
my
would like you
question?
to.
Would you agree that...
I can agree that I would like you to provide a source. Nobody is going to
Listen, I
answer any questions for you until you have provided a source
answered,
for your ridiculous
answered
claim.
your question.
No, you didn't. So
Have
she
some
has
decent
to
respect and answer
substantiate.
mine.
Can you please
Would you
mute
agree
this
that there's been
fucking
at least one...
pirate? Please mute her. She
We'd like a
made two
source.
Would you agree that...
positive claims. Oye,
We
pero
would like a
Would you agree
source.
mujer.
that
She made
We
two
would like a
positive
source,
there's been
ma'am.
claims. Bro, she's crashing
at least
out.
one
She's
case of
crashing out. A psychosis.
trans...
Well, stop crashing
Psychosis.
out.
She's crashing out. So she made two positive claims. The one about the bathroom, and now she said that allowing trans women to be in these spaces will increase rape crimes against like women. So you have to substantiate both things now, Layla.
I wish we
Right.
could get some real
So,
ops.
I dropped her to the comments because she can't figure out how to act like she's housebroken.
so if the problem is grape and you want to decrease the likelihood of somebody getting grape, wouldn't you advocate for, I don't know, single stall spaces instead of like a public restroom?
You're
But
making
Wouldn't you
too much
advocate
sense,
for
Addy.
this?
not just that, but statistics also show that trans women are like 4 times more likely to be victims of rape than their cis counterparts. So if
Yeah,
rape
and
is
that's
really
from
your
the office.
concern, you should be like focusing on protecting trans women.
Yeah, that's from the Office of Victims of Crime. If anybody's asking.
I want to know where her energy is for dealing with cis men that are statistically the ones that are harming women and children. Where's her energy for that?
In women's bathrooms, no less.
I mean, I don't understand that. They are, cis men are the issue,
Rika,
not
can you take...
transgender women.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Finish up, Mary. They were just out switching mild duties. Go, please finish.
It's just fucking ridiculous. These people have like, they're just completely irrational.
Fear-mongering. It is absolutely fear-mongering, bigotry, and hate. That's exactly what it is.
And I would like to also point out that she has still yet to dispel the study that I brought up that said that people using whichever restroom does not make it unsafe for women and children.
Layla, you spoke a ton and you spoke over people. You're welcome to come back up here and have a conversation if you can understand how conversations work. You consistently interrupting people and refusing to answer questions that are directly asked of you. That's not how conversations work.
Right, and let me address her 1 versus 8 claim. Let me tell you something, because you're the biggest fucking hypocrites on this goddamn app. Envy and all of them do the exact same fucking thing every day. And you don't sit there and fucking complain about it. In fact, you joined the fucking club to bully fucking trans women on their panel. So shut the hell up, you goddamn hypocrite.
And bro, I do 1v8 every single day of the week. I go to MAGA lives, I go to Turf lives, I do 1v8 all the time. Shut up. You're just whining.
Talk about you walked into this situation. Nobody changed you to this panel. You had every ability to swipe out if you felt like you were being ganged up on.
Kind of stupid sport argument they like to make. Well, would you allow a man to like box against a woman? And then the answer is, well, if they consented to that fight, then yeah. If they thought they were gonna like get whooped, then they shouldn't have consented to that fight. Same thing. Why did you come up here? Like, why did you come up here knowing there was like 8 of us here? Like, make it make sense.
Like you
Zani, can we get your age and pronouns?
I'm 20 and my pronouns are he, him.
Thank you. What did you think about the backdrop?
So I would like to argue about the fact that trans women are men and not women.
Wait, one more time. They aren't men and they're not women? What?
Yep, I disagree with the fact that trans women are women.
Why?
Why is a fact that you just disagreed with?
Why are trans women not women? Sunny.
Okay, so first you gotta define what a woman is.
Well,
okay, we've done that.
You really have a definition that doesn't include them. So what is your definition of a woman?
A woman is a human adult female.
Okay,
that's one definition.
So is your claim that trans women don't fall into the category of female?
Well, first of all, female denotes sex and not gender, and so
that's not what I
trans
asked
women
you.
are not of female sex.
That's not what I asked you.
No, this is my answer. And an X-ray scan or an MRI scan can determine that they have male reproductive organs and not female ones.
He's crashing out. Psychosis, crashing out. Okay. I'm going to repeat the question. Are you suggesting that trans women don't fall into the category of female?
Yes, I'm suggesting that because, as I said, female implies sex and not gender.
Okay, I understand what female is. I got it. So can you tell me the necessary condition for being female?
Okay, so a female is a biological organism that has a reproductive system, whether functional or not, whether partial or complete, that can produce big gametes.
Okay, so right off the bat, you don't understand necessary conditions, do you?
Partizani, did you come up here like a couple days ago?
Females have a female reproductive system, whether it's working or not, whether it's functional or not.
He's crashing out again. I didn't ask you for a definition. I asked you for the necessary condition. Do you understand what that is, a necessary condition?
Yes, and I said a condition for an organism to be a woman is a reproductive system of a female.
Crashing out again. Can you tell me what a necessary condition is?
As I said, this is a condition. They should have a female reproductive system.
So he doesn't know what it is.
Necessary
working or not, and this is a fact.
He doesn't know what it is.
Necessary condition.
Misinformation because this
necessary condition. Do you know what that is, Poo Poo?
First of all, Partizani, if I mute you, that means that other people are talking and you need to let them finish. If I have to play this mute game with you again, I'm just gonna drop you.
It's like he's reading from a script that he wrote, and he's just like blowing it all out. So
Tiffany, Tiffany, can we get your age and pronouns, please, Tiffany?
I just made Tiffany crash out yesterday about the same conversation. Hey again, Tiffany.
Can we get your age and pronouns real quick, Tiffany?
Tiffany already said their age and pronouns.
26, she, her.
Thank you.
Yeah, I made Tiffany crash out yesterday in Amir's live.
Yeah, the problem with these people is that they keep regurgitating things that they hear that they do not understand. Like they don't even know how to come up with their own argument or emphasize on the argument or break it down for us.
Yep.
So Partizani, do you understand what necessary and sufficient conditions are?
Yes, and so my question is, what are the
What
conditions?
are
What do you think?
what
Can you tell me what
I did
exists?
answer my question. Now answer my question. I did answer your question. You gotta answer my question. What are the conditions according to you?
So you're saying that you want us to answer the question for you. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Because that's the question that was asked of you.
Because I
And so
already
now you
answered
want
it,
it
as
to
I
be
said.
answered.
The first and foremost and only condition that a female, an
Partizani,
organism can be
this has
female is that
nothing
they
to
have a
do.
female
This has nothing
reproductive
to do with
system.
male or female. Do you know what a necessary and sufficient condition is?
No, let's take this. Let's pursue this. Partizani.
Okay.
What is a female reproductive? What is a female reproductive system?
A female reproductive system is a system that is able to produce big gametes, whether working or not, whether functional or not,
okay, so
whether partial or complete.
Is made up. Any system is made up of subordinate parts. So, what are the subordinate parts included in the female reproductive system? Would you tell me, please?
Every single organ. You can say the genitals, you can say the uterus, you can say the ovaries, you can say all the fallopian tubes and all of that.
He wasn't finished. Shut up.
And so my argument is not all females might have them, but they have the system, even though the
subordinate parts, excuse me.
Some of these parts as well.
I know, right?
I talk and then you talk.
And one case of a male born with.
I talk and then you talk. If you can't do that, Partizani, then we're not going to be able to continue to have you on the panel. So it's my turn to talk, and when you hear me not talking, it will be your turn to talk, okay?
Can you set a new gift goal, Auntie Wata?
You named, I believe, you named fallopian tubes, you named ovaries, and I think you named the uterus. Are those only subordinate parts that you'd like to name for a And I think you named the uterus. Are those only subordinate parts that you'd like to name for, or do you have more?
All the organs that consist of the female reproductive system.
I know all the organs. What are the organs? What are the organs?
Well, as I said, they are the main organs. As I said.
Name. What are the organs? What are the organs?
Well, as I said, they are the main organs. As I said.
Name.
As I said,
each and every one of the main organs. This is very difficult to get you to follow these instructions. So you named fallopian tubes, you named ovaries, and I think you named uterus. So that's 3. What are the others? Or are those
cervix, vagina, labia, clitoris, and all of that, and there's more. Then this is all of them.
Oh, clitoris is a reproductive organ?
Stop, I can't.
What's the more? Name all
Dog, if the clitoris was a fucking reproductive organ, do you know how many kids I would have? Do you know how many babies I would have, gang?
Okay, Partizani, you really have to listen to the question so that you can give an answer that we're not going to laugh at, first of all. But please, just listen to the question and give a thorough answer to the question that's asked to you.
I gotta tell my rose
everybody's daddy now.
He's
Shit, clitoris is the reproductive boy. Let me make some phone calls. Is that my baby?
Because your biology can't prove your claims, while 7th grade biology can. And this is funny. This is just ironic.
What are the parts to the reproductive system?
I already said it, and I'm not going to say it again. This is the last time I'm going to say it. The parts of the reproductive system of a female are ovaries, fallopian tubes, cervix, uterus, vagina. These are the main and most important ones. And so you're not going to pivot to intersex people because it's just another topic, not transgender.
We got it.
We have like 5 people in the.
Well, no, we're not talking about transgender. We're talking about females right now.
Well, yes, female actually relates to transgender. If you can't define female,
I'm done playing the mute game with him. I'm sorry. And Auntie Cookie's gonna want her box. So, and we got like 4 other people to come up here and talk. I'm done.
Okay, let's let the next person up.
I'm about to go off.
If the clitoris was a necessary factor into reproductive systems, bro, there would be 9 people on planet Earth right now.
Well, apparently, Vinny, you're
Okay,
popular.
Tiffany, since we already got your age and pronouns, how do you feel about the background?
You didn't win shit, Partizani. Like these people. That's how they fucking code by lying to themselves.
I know. Go ahead, Tiffany.
I was about to
So
get
I
him.
actually agree with a lot of stuff. The only thing I disagree with is letting kids have like gender affirming care or anything before the age of 18.
This is the conversation I made her crash out on yesterday.
Wait, don't support your children? That's a wild thing to say.
I want to know why Tiffany thinks this.
Are you
I
a
want to know
parent,
why you
Tiffany?
think about this.
No, I'm not saying to not support them. I think that letting them express themselves in any way is great, outside of like things that are going to harm their body potentially, right?
So don't ever give them Advil.
Let me respond to this. Let me respond to this, please. Let me respond to this. So, Tiffany, are you saying?
I was trying to ask a question.
Are you saying that because the gender affirming care might potentially cause harm to them, they shouldn't be allowed to like have it? Is that what you're saying, Tiffany?
I'm saying at early stages of development for their physical body, I feel like they should wait until they're 18.
Okay, because it might cause them harm, right? The medical treatment side of it might cause them harm.
Yeah, I'm talking examples like infertility, for example.
Right. Okay, I got you. So, if we take your standard and extrapolate society at large, no kid should be allowed to have any medical anything. Because there's a chance it might cause them harm one way or another.
I'm sorry, can you...
Is that the society you want to live in?
Can you rephrase that? I didn't quite understand.
If we extrapolate your principle to society at large, that because this medical treatment might cause them harm, therefore shouldn't be prescribed to them, then no kid out there should ever be prescribed any medical treatment. Because there's always a chance it's going to cause them harm. No medical treatment out there is 100%. They come with a lot of risks. Even a vaccine, anything, chemotherapy, whatever you need.
Advil can give you liver problems,
So, if that is your argument, then you are not for children getting any medical treatment. And if you're just like honing on a specific population, then that's a bias.
Yeah, so should we not give cisgender little girls puberty blockers if they're having prepubescent periods?
Wait, let her respond to what I said. Tiffany, what do you have to say?
I guess I understand what you're saying. I think it does make sense to me. However, I just think like the gender affirming care is still just what I'm like kind of tripping on.
Yeah, because
so only specific to trans people then.
Because you have a bias.
Okay, can we hang on for just a second? I need to make a very important announcement. So Saks off Fifth, which is the clearance store for Saks Fifth Avenue, has Balenciagas for $600, just in case the sneakers, just in case anybody is a sneakerhead in here. I'd like you to know that. $600.
Make sure you send that to Pumpkin.
For the Agas. They're usually like $1,000 and $3,000 or $4,000.
Make sure you send that over to Pumpkin.
Amen.
Where'd she go? I thought she was in here.
She left. I'm not sure why.
Okay, go back to y'all's arguing.
Right. So Tiffany, this is only against trans people then that we want to stop this care?
It's a bias. Especially you can't say no this medical treatment for this group because it might cause them, and the reason for it is because it will cause them harm, but then yes for all the others, even though it can cause them harm too. That doesn't make any sense.
So no, I mean I actually understand what you're saying. That's kind of why I came up here because I think we all have our own opinions, right? And that's why I like to have these conversations. I can definitely understand where you're coming from, though, and it does make sense.
So, do you still hold on to this position, or what?
I think
you can't hold on to that position without saying that no medical treatment can be prescribed to any children because it might cause them harm.
I guess I think for me personally, that was just my personal view as soon as I came up here. However, I think I would much rather educate myself more on the topic.
All right, that's fair.
Sure. If I can tell you, you can go to PubMed and look up the W path, and it'll give you a lot of information on the gender affirming care that children receive.
Thank you. I do appreciate you coming up here and actually talk about it.
All right, I gotta go, Auntie Wata. Thank you for letting me up and be a part of your live. Good luck with these
troglodytes.
Thanks for coming up, Atlantic.
Bye, Atlantic. Tiffany,
you,
do you need
Atlantic. Be
assistance
safe, girl.
leaving, or did you have more questions?
I got it. Thank you.
Oh. Hetty, what's your age and pronouns?
32, and I'm she, her.
Okay, you had a lot to say in the comments. What do you want to say?
Let's go ahead and get Bug's age and pronouns
Can
real
I
quick,
can I just say first?
Hold on, Hetty. Hold on, Hetty. Hold on,
Yeah.
Hetty.
Go on.
Bug, can we go ahead and get your age and pronouns too, real quick?
I am 23 and my pronouns are he, they.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hetty, go ahead.
Now you can just say.
Right, I've got a lot of respect for trans people. I know my neighbour was a trans woman. I
That's
think
great.
they're
Can you tell us what your point
inspirational. No, can I just say, because I think this is really important. I think they're inspirational people.
Sure you
do.
Auntie Wata, you're on mute.
Auntie Wata, you're on
Auntie
mute.
Wata, you're on mute.
I'm sorry. So I muted her. I thought I was talking. Sweetie, we really need your age and pronouns before you tell us.
He gave it to us.
Oh, we got them.
We got
I gave it to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at Balenciaga. My bad.
Okay,
go ahead, Hetty.
What I was going to say is that I think that this live is a little bit teetering on a play of words. So
Can you just tell us your point?
Wait,
No,
so you came up to tone, please?
Nice.
So is this just the point of your panel, just to mock people
Bruh,
that
just
don't
get to
agree
the
with
fucking
you?
No,
point,
we're
bingo,
just asking
dog.
if you can say your
questions.
point.
Well,
I
I
would love to
am.
hear
What
why you
I
disagree
think
with
you
us.
are doing. I think what you are
We didn't
doing is
ask- we didn't
causing
ask for a
transphobia.
meta-analysis, my dear.
You are
We would
causing
love to hear-
transphobia. Trans women.
You can't
We
cause
did not
transphobia,
ask
bro.
for a
What the
meta-analysis or a review of the panel. We don't need you to teach us how to do panels. Thank you, though. Please give us your point of which one of these things you disagree with.
Homie just pulled the I have a black friend, but let me invoke some racism.
Go ahead, Addy. Go ahead with your point, please. We don't need the meta-analysis. If you don't like the way we do it, then you don't have to be here. But we would love to hear your point about one of these three topics. Somebody invite her to unmute. Oh, there we go.
Trans women are men.
Oh, do you treat your friend like
There
that?
we go.
Do you treat your neighbor
There we
like
go.
that?
Hold
Do you
on.
say you're not a woman, you're a man?
Jesus Christ. Do you
But
treat your
I
friend
was
like that,
born
Eddie?
with a vagina, so I'm a woman. I can produce
No,
children.
do
I'm
you
a
tell
woman.
your neighbor? Do you tell your neighbor that you have anecdotally pulled as your tokenized trans woman? Do you tell them that they are a man?
Wait a
They are
minute,
not
wait
a
a
woman.
minute, wait a minute. Hold on, hang on.
I judge.
Hang
I judge her.
Hang on.
Based on
Hold
her
on.
vagina?
Everybody wait. We're not going to just smooth past that.
Please.
We're not going to just smooth past that. Hetty said something very important. Everybody, Hetty King was born with a vagina. I'm so proud for her. Congratulations.
Personally,
You and
as a
51% of the
fan,
human population.
personally, as a fan of the vagina, I want to say thank you for bringing that.
Okay.
So Hetty, again, I'm going to ask you: do you tell your trans woman neighbor that she's a man? That you decided to tokenize up here? Did you? Do you tell her that she's a man? Can you work your mute button?
Crickets.
Okay.
It's confusing. It's confusing why
there
I keep
you are.
being muted. You want to hear my point of view, but then you want to mute me. It doesn't. It just doesn't make sense. But here you go.
Well, we
Let
can
me
hear
hear
you and
confusion
Carly in
first.
your background. So
Hetty, you're going to get muted if you speak over people. So
And I'm so
the
tired
confusion's
of the
cleared up.
tone policing of this live.
I'm not.
Hetty,
I'm
the
not
way we do
speaking
this-
over anybody.
Hetty, the way we do this is you talk, then one of us talks. Then you talk, then one
Well,
of
every
us
time.
talks. Then you talk,
Every time.
then one of us talks.
Oh my god.
Okay? Can you do it that way?
Well, every time I talk, somebody talks over me, and then I get muted.
No, I think
that's
what you're
what's happening.
actually
Tone
experiencing.
policing the live.
I think that what you're actually experiencing is that every
You're
time you
asking me
talk,
questions and then you don't hear it.
Why you keep interrupting? Shut up.
I just want to know if the vagina is also in the room with us.
I think there are several vaginas in the room with us.
Hetty, can you please get closer to your Wi-Fi so that we can have a conversation with you? Because I think that might be part of the
I really
problem is
like
that you're
these
lagging.
ones. The
But you're
logo
saying
touch strap
that
sandals. These are
you brought up
bomb.
vaginas. Can I ask, where do you place
I don't
females
think
who
she
are
can hear
born
you.
with vaginal agenesis? I'm just wondering.
I don't think she can hear you. She's got the one
I
bar.
also wanna bring up the point that she said we're inciting transphobia.
Yes, she did.
And
No, she brought it
and
with
not
her.
only is her statement transphobic against trans women, it's transphobic against trans men as well.
Hetty, you have one bar, so that means you have very bad signal. So you really gotta. We can't hear
Everybody, this
you.
is a sticker. Put the vaginas in the bag.
Not to mention the fact that she came out the gate, like Vinny said, she came out the gate tokenizing her trans friend and then went into being transphobic. That was a grief.
Hetty, can you fix your Wi-Fi so we can have a conversation with you? Because if you're talking, we can't hear you at all.
I don't. Can you hear me now?
Barely, and I think you have a lag because you only have one bar. Are you driving?
In the middle of the freeway?
You gotta walk closer to the beans on toasteria.
I'm sorry. Try to fix your signal and come back.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna be able to. It sounds like she wasn't walking beside a road.
Hi, Christy.
Oh boy.
Put the beans in the toast in the bag.
Happening.
GMC, can we get your age and pronouns, please?
19 and Ziza.
Of course.
Congratulations.
I like how they only
so
mention
glad
that
you
one.
can
I'm
use
sorry.
new-
Can I say something? They only ever say that one. Like they only ever say that neo pronoun. It's so funny.
Well, and you know what else lets you know that they're being transphobic? Most neo pronouns are only used amongst the non-binary.
And also the
community.
neurodivergent community as well. I want to say that as well.
Yeah.
Hi.
But it's usually only amongst friends. Hi, Avery. Can we get your age and pronouns, please?
Yeah, 25 and they, them.
Awesome. Do you have any contention with the background?
No, I don't. I think that, I'm non-binary myself, and I think that, the whole, rhetoric that is being pushed out by the gender critical movement at the moment of, the LGBT community are forcing kids to transition. Like, it's such a load of bullshit. It's like it's like the biggest far right. It's the biggest far right rhetoric I've ever heard in my entire life, and I don't think people that make those comments are really badly misinformed. The people that make those comments clearly don't understand what process has to happen before kids are allowed to go through the whole transitioning process. Before just to give people a bit of an insight, if you don't know, before kids are allowed to go through the whole transitioning process, they have to have 2 psychological separate assessments by 2 separate independent physicians before they're actually allowed to transition. They also have to go through counseling and assessments to prove that they are something that we call Gillick competent, to make sure that they understand what they are signing up for. They also have to get parental consent so that the parents understand what they are signing up for. And I find it so frustrating that people are saying that like kids are being forced to transition. No, they're not. When you look at the mental health rates, like the mental health referral rates amongst the LGBTQ plus community, like the mental health referrals for trans people in the UK in the last year has gone up by 45%, and and the whole rhetoric that's being pushed out, it's just so hateful.
I appreciate that very much, Avery. Does anyone would anyone like to drop? We do have some op in the guest requests, and I think we all have friendlies up here.
The motherfucking co-host.
Is this
So
op potentially going to bring a vagina?
Oh my gosh.
Damn it, Vinny.
I'll drop, but I'll be here just in case there's another space for a friendly. Excuse me.
For sure, for sure.
Thanks, Bug.
All right, bye.
Bye. Thanks for coming, Bug.
Oh, I want to dissect this art.
Oh, there they are. Boy, can we get your age and pronouns, please?
I curse you all. All right, I do.
Oh, now I feel bad for dropping Bug for that.
Oh my god,
That's definitely the dude that used to Naruto run.
Oh.
Bro said.
I know he was mumbling something and couldn't hear it.
I thought he was actually going to come up with something, coherent, but evidently not.
Oh, Christy. Hi, Christy.
Yeah, Christy's been in there.
Oh.
No, Christy says she doesn't do 1v8 panels.
That's a lie.
She does them on her side.
She also
She
said
sure
she's for
does.
free speech, but I got muted in her live before, so.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
When I started talking about her fat ass forehead, she muted me.
Oh, I wasn't even saying anything mean.
Not the fat
that
ass
forehead at the forefront at
Christy,
4:30.
come up here. We'll do 1v1 with you.
I don't know. I'm just a woman who can't give birth, honestly.
All right, so
Hetty, do you have anything else to say? Hetty, can you hear us?
We're gonna have to pull out.
I don't think your service is better, Hetty.
Hetty, I don't think your service is better. I'm gonna let you go. I'm so sorry. Not really.
Bye, Hetty.
Christy, come on up here. We'll do one-on-one with you.
Christy's requesting.
I actually wanted to talk to Cookie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why, you want to tell me how you're going to put your kids through conversion therapy?
I'm genuinely wanted to have a convo with you if you want to. If not, that's fine.
No, go ahead.
We had a 3-sentence conversation the other day, and you kicked me, and you said I was the reason why T kids unalive themselves. Remember that?
Because you said you put your kids through conversion therapy.
Well, that's not.
Hey, Auntie, can you set a new live goal?
Yeah, all right. First of all, 8v1 is wild, but it's whatever.
Right. Why don't you tell the time?
Yeah, hold on. So.
Oh, okay. Crickets.
I didn't hear what you said. Can you repeat yourself?
Yeah, I said, why don't you tell that to Envy? Oh, crickets.
Why am I? Are you guys actually muting me as an 8v1?
I'm gonna mute. I've been on mute for quite some time. I'm looking at Balenciaga. Can I get 3 others to remain on mute?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm playing Smash Brothers right now.
You don't have to mute.
I'll stay
we're
on
gonna
mute for the conversation, but I'll come out for mod duties only.
Disturbed by the conditions that we often find ourselves on your panel, or the
That's
panels
not
of
true.
you and your friend.
That's false. I always do 1v1 or 2v2s. That's false. I have videos on my page.
Okay. Anywho, I'm gonna stay on mute in order for y'all to have this conversation.
I mischaracterized. I don't watch you, Christy, so I wouldn't know.
It's fine. Every time I scroll through here, it's always like 8v1. It's all good. I don't care. So Cookie, I wanted to ask
hold on, Christy. I've been trying to do an announcement, and I just want to get it out here real quick. So I'm gonna stay on mute except for mod duties. To get started with that, I do want to say we're at 23K likes. If we can get, we have 93 people in here. If we can get that up to 40K real quick, that would be fantastic. The shares are going good. If we can get those up to 300, that would also be great. And we also have a new live goal for the Jolly the Joy Bean. If y'all want to hook that up for Auntie Wata, that'd be awesome as well. And the panelists for doing any of the educating that we're doing here. If y'all feel like tossing some coins our way as well, that would be fantastic. Y'all go ahead. Have fun.
Okay, so Cookie, you said that it's conversion therapy. If I would send my child to like a regular therapist.
Let's just point out that gender affirming care therapists are regular too.
Well, I'm just saying, like, just a regular, like a non-gender affirming care. If I just took my child to a therapist, for example, like say that my therapist that I used 10 years ago, because I like them, I think they're fantastic. So say like I took my child to like a therapist that isn't gender affirming. How is that harmful in your opinion?
Well, a clarifying question. Is this therapist, is the point of taking your kid who is saying they're trans to this therapist so that they'll tell your kid that that's not the case without exploring it?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. Say it's just it's a therapist that talks through emotions and feelings and gets to the root of the problem, for example. Because I made this statement last time and you guys kicked me like right away. So I couldn't even continue my conversation. So my question would be for you is if I decided, if my child came to me and they said, oh, say I have two girls, right? Say one of them said like, oh, I want to be a boy. And I was like, well, you're not a boy, you know, obviously, whatever. Sorry, I might have to mute occasionally because I'm at work. But if I just went to a regular therapist, what do you think about that?
I think that you're not helping your child. They need to go to a specialized therapist for trans children, which would be gender affirming care. And the reason I say this, Christy, is because gender affirming care therapists aren't just going to say, oh, you're trans? Okay, let's start you on meds and surgeries. That's
Wait,
not how it
I have a
works.
question. Envy's here. Can we do a 2v7?
They're actually, okay.
I'm just asking you. Envy is in the comments. Can you do a 2v7 if you guys don't mind?
I wanna emphasize on something. If you're having marital problems, like you're having problems with your husband, would you go to a therapist that is specialized in marital problems, or would you go to a therapist that is specialized on gender?
Well, it's two different things, right?
Well,
right, and that's the point.
Can I finish what I was saying?
So when it comes to therapy, if your child is experiencing any sort of like gender problems, you would take them to the specific type of therapist.
Because
yeah, you agree with me. Thank you. Thank you for the concession.
That's crazy. I just said no.
You literally just agreed that yes, it just depends on the therapist.
No, I didn't. I didn't agree with you.
So let me ask you once again. Answer the question, please. If you're having marital problems, like you're having problems in your marriage, right? Mm-hmm. You're having problems in your marriage. Would you go to a gender therapist to fix those problems? Or will you go to a therapist that is specialized on marital problems?
It's really easy. I'm not talking about a relationship with a marriage. I'm talking about my child's well-being and mental health. So what I would do is, wait, let me respond. Let me respond. I wouldn't take.
So that's what I'm talking about.
Finish what I was saying before I was interrupted.
By me or Addy?
I don't know, but I would like to finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So here's the thing. When you take your child to a therapist that is geared towards gender, they are going to suss out whether or not your child's actually transgender. So it's good for all concerning. They're not going to just, blindly side with the child. It takes months, if not years, for insistence, persistence, and consistence for them to even give a diagnosis of dysphoria.
Not to mention, if you're going to go to a therapist that isn't specialized in this, they're more than likely going to give you a referral to a specialized therapist. It's a really silly argument.
Well, I mean, you could go to a pediatric therapist, right, that deal with kids specifically. So what I would do is first of all, I would assess the situation on my own to see like what's going on with my child. If it's something that like, do they want to play with boy toys? Do they want to dress in boy clothes? Are they a tomboy? Like I would assess that there and then go from there. So what I would do is I would, look at the situation, based on my own kid. And then I would take my child to a pediatric therapist. I would try to find one of the best therapists. And I live in New York. So I would probably find somebody in Manhattan that would be like a really, really top tier therapist for my child. Because, and I would just say one more thing, and then I'll mute really quick. The fact that kids have have an incongruence, or kids feel uncomfortable. I'm going to use that word because I like it better. Kids that are uncomfortable within their body. Over 85% of them digress after puberty. So I wouldn't necessarily affirm that condition. I would take them for help.
Do you have a source for that?
Can you provide a source for that?
Yeah, sure. Also, and the fact that detransitioners exist would give me much more of a benefit to let my child develop naturally, because we could look at this, right? If 80 to 85% of children digress after going through puberty.
Right, so the source.
Yeah, I got you. If you message me on Discord, I have my whole entire thing.
No, why don't you pass it?
I can send you a message if you want for my
and
source.
we can come up with sources on the spot, but you never can.
I always, no, that's not true. I pull up sources all the time. Let me just show you something.
You can literally just paste it in the chat.
Which?
A URL link is not going to be long enough for you not to be able to paste it in the chat. Can you do that for us?
In this chat?
Or do you not have a source?
No, I do have a source. I actually have my entire Discord server up, so I could send you guys whatever you need.
Right. So URL links are really small, so you can paste.
This is all my sources, so I have no problem sending it to you.
Once again, the URL link is going to be small, so you can paste it in the chat easily.
Okay. So if I'm telling you from my own child, about 80 to 85% of the children digress. If they digress from gender dysphoria,
no source.
I will put it in for you. Hold on a second. This is like, you guys are like impossible, honestly.
Here's the thing, though. You keep speaking on something that you haven't provided a source for.
Can I finish my sentence? You guys are wild. Like, I have no problem sending you.
You already finished your sentence, which is
Sorry,
why
I'll
I'm
just
asking.
wait.
Which is why I'm asking for a source.
Let her finish without her source. We know she never has sources.
So there's no source.
I will post all my sources. Really, really easy. My question for you would be, again, if kids digress majority of the time, 80 to 85%, when they go through puberty, right? If they go through puberty, they typically are fine. And the fact that detransitioners exist would also pose another problem, right? Because now we have another group of people that are going to opt out of that. So my question for you is, why would you put your kid through?
Yeah, we're not going to answer questions on a
Cookie, why would you put your child through gender affirming therapy?
Yeah, Cookie, don't answer questions on false claims. If they cannot provide sources, it would be a false claim.
I have no problem
so therefore you
providing. Addy, what's your Discord? I'm going to message you right now.
Discord is Addy underscore
ADDY
ADDY underscore THE DOLL. Go ahead.
I gotta mute. I need about a minute. Hold on.
Jesus.
Love it. I love it.
Hi, Andy. Can we get your age and pronouns, please?
Envy's a cis woman.
I think she just is here for emotional support.
Why did you guys mute me so I can't post anything in the comments?
Okay, so you said you needed a minute, and we thought that you were going to take a call. There was a lot of
So
background.
why did you mute I can't type in the comments. It says your comment wasn't posted because you're muted for the entire live.
Oh, you mean
But why are you muting me though? That's weird.
I didn't mute you. I just unmuted you.
No, I know, but one of you guys muted me, which is strange. Anyway, I have a call, so I'm gonna hold. I have a 30-second phone call. I'll be right back. But you guys can do what you got to do. I'm here. I'm here for the next 2 hours.
I just went and looked up the information that was given, and it says 80%, but then it goes on then saying that these sources are likely unreliable and are widely discredited. Then it goes, and when you scroll down just a little bit further, it gives you another link to the NCBI, and it absolutely discredits it too. I don't think you really want to use that study.
Right. I'm still waiting for that friend request or that message. I'm sure you can type. I'm sure you can multitask and have a phone call and just copy and paste one of your links, or just add me on Discord. Unless that's too difficult for you, then it's okay. I'll wait.
Vinny, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Sweetheart, can you look up the reasons why trans people detransition?
Oh yeah, I know that off the top of the head. The majority of it is social or financial reasons. Whereas if the people around them are treating them a certain kind of way, they absolutely detransition because it's safer for them. And then the financial reasons. Then the majority of the people that do retransition later on in life when they're in a better predicament.
So
I can't remember the exact percentages, but give me a second and I'll go through it.
Addy, can you block? I think I'm blocked on Discord, so it's a little difficult now. Can you unblock me so I could resend a friend request?
But you know what's really easy is if you just post the PMID in the chat.
I'm gonna send him the whole entire the whole thing.
Listen. If you can't use proper pronouns, at least use the name, because we're not doing that.
Man, don't tell us what to do. Freedom of speech.
You don't have to be here.
Also, I would like to remind everyone. I would like to remind everyone that freedom of speech is literally just protection from the government and not.
Why did you guys? I don't understand. We can have a good debate.
It certainly doesn't protect you from. It doesn't.
We can, but there's no reason to call people by the wrong pronouns just to be an asshole.
Yeah, but I don't use wrong pronouns either.
Can I just say something really quickly? Freedom of speech is literally just protection from the government, particularly from Congress. It is not protection to say whatever you want into like private areas or like privately.
Something that would
hey, Rob, real
Raw, can you just wait? Think about it. I'll get to you too. So yeah, it's not protection from like the rules or TOS, terms of services that you agree to, and it certainly protects you from private spaces where someone is saying like, these are my rules. You can't say this.
Not to mention the fact
if you go, just protection again from Congress.
Not to mention the fact, if you go into Envy's live, she's constantly saying, we don't use the word cis here. We're not cis.
Yeah.
So if it's okay to do that in your spaces, then in our spaces, we're going to respect pronouns. How about that?
Right.
I don't call men she. So, I mean, if you want to drop me for that, you can.
Christy, you're not blocked. This is my block list.
Okay, hold
You're
on.
not blocked.
I just sent, hold on, friends. You said Addy, ADDY _.
Yeah.
The _. Right, 2 underscores, correct?
No.
You said Addy _the _doll.
No.
Can you just tell me what it is?
How come this person, one second, look at this. How come this person literally just followed me and was able to request me?
Can you send me your username?
And
you said
literally just requested me.
Okay, but I'm asking you for your name.
I wasn't finished, sweetie.
Just tell me what your username is.
As soon as I said the name, this person was able to add me.
Okay, can you give me the correct spelling of your Discord username?
Right, it's ADDY.
Yes.
_
Yes.
THE.
Yes.
DOL.
So no second underscore.
No, sweetie.
Addy _ the doll.
Oh my god.
I know this is difficult, but
it's not. Okay, I just sent you a request. Not that difficult.
Yeah, you see how it came up? Like
I spelt it wrong. Not a big deal.
Okay, everybody give Addy a round of applause. She
You're gonna be
her to a Discord.
Thank you. That's how we learn how to add people on Discord. Yes.
We all know that you wanted to come up here and be my bottom, but I promise you the position has been filled, and I promise when it needs to be filled again, I will like to.
It's so sexual. I mean, it's really
I'm
weird.
waiting.
It's because you want to lick me over the roof of my mouth, baby. That's why you came up here, isn't it?
No, it's really weird. And so what I'd like to say about gender affirming care is, do you guys know that gender affirming care is palliative care, and do any of you?
Still waiting for the
He wants to
sources.
suck my lips.
You're actually, I can't believe you guys
I'm
mute
still
people. That's
waiting for the
wild.
sources.
I heard you, Addy.
Still
It's
waiting.
coming. Relax yourself.
Because you sit up here and you spit out misinformation and harmful shit, and you expect us to allow that to happen.
So
What's harmful?
That gender affirming care is not palliative care? Is that what you're saying? That what I'm saying
No
is
one said anything like that, sweet baby
Oh,
boy.
but that's what Auntie Cookie just said.
Nobody
Auntie
said that,
Cookie just
Snooki
said that I
Wilkins.
was spreading misinformation.
Oh,
So what misinformation?
Think about, we were
did I just
talking
spread?
to Christy,
No
not you.
source.
Nobody's even paying attention to you except for me.
No, but I made a positive claim and I made a statement and I
Yeah,
asked
cool. So we're not talking to you. We're talking to Christy.
misinformation statement. So why should
Wrong,
we?
we're
listen
not talking to you yet.
The source.
Nowhere to be found.
I know the dogging you want is wrong, but you gotta wait, Stinkerbutt.
Oh my. Yes, Stinkerbutt.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you, buddy.
You're waiting for me?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'll be there shortly, sweetie.
I'm waiting for you to sexualize yourself on an app that's designed for children. I'm waiting.
Right, because this live is for 18 and older.
Nasty behavior. That's what I'm recording.
I don't know. You guys are like cringy. I don't know what's going on with you guys.
I'm a nasty motherfucker, raw.
You sexualize yourselves to the
Yeah, I'm a nasty motherfucker, raw.
You really are. You really are. You don't know
I'm
how
the
to
nastiest nigga you ever met in your life.
Conversation with decorum and respect. And
I have no decorum. I have no respect.
Sleazy tactics by calling.
I've never in my life had respect.
Stupid, like a bottom.
No one, you can't find a single human being on the planet that says that I'm respectful.
Let's get back on track.
Sexualizing people. I don't understand. Why do you?
Okay.
Excuse me, Raw. Excuse me, everybody.
If everybody can mute up, please.
He thinks I'm a cutie pie.
Let's get back on track and focus on the topic, not ad hominems. Please.
Like, let's give him a round of applause. That was an ad hom.
Okay, hang on one second.
Okay, that performative statement of yours.
Right.
Oh God.
Okay,
Listen,
so
hold on. Let's get one. Hold on, just a minute, please. Let's
Then you
get
need
one
to
thing
say it with your
straight.
chest if I'm going to hear you.
Because I don't think we're understanding each other. We are well aware that we don't like one another. So if you can't put up with the way we run our lives, instead of micromanaging and bitching about it, just leave. Otherwise, let's fucking get down to the nitty gritty. God damn, that's ridiculous.
Get down to the nitty gritty, and we can expose you for all the lies and misinformation.
You're gonna have to, don't even go like on anything like that, because they're just gonna drop you.
Hello, source.
I'm going through my server. Hold on, Addy. I already messaged you. Hold on.
Right. So no source.
I'm gonna send it to you. Hold on.
You made the claim though. Like you must have had.
I have about 700 sources in my folder. Like, let me go through them and send the proper one. I want to send you the best, newest one I could have.
It sounds like a skill issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Raw, Real, and Christy's brain together. It's one. Got you.
I vow to always be.
Cookie, you want to do the ad homs too? We could do the ad homs, but I think it's weird.
It's your people down in the comments saying it's 8v1. So what am I missing there?
Well, it's actually
I see 2 gender criticals on this panel.
Okay, it's 7. What is it? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Don't
5,
start,
7
because
v2,
3 of
and
us
it's all
have been
good. I
on
don't
mute
mind.
this entire. Actually, 4 of us have been on mute this entire time. So don't even start that.
I would just track and focus on the background, please. At the topic that we're discussing.
Criticals have been classed as
I got the receipt.
I vow and I make this personal promise that I will always be vehemently disrespectful to TERFs every single time.
I don't understand why women's rights are turf-based behavior.
Yeah, you're moving the goalpost. Can you focus on that source?
I'm getting it for you. I'm not moving. I'm literally doing my work here, and I'm in my server.
Yeah,
Addy, sir, I already told you.
You're able to see them so
you.
you can find it. Can you multitask?
You guys are gonna mute me? Like, this is wild behavior right now.
Okay. I'm back. I had to take care of some personal business.
Why are you muting me?
On my phone.
You've already been warned.
Would
Don't
you
respond
please,
here,
mods,
crazy.
Please don't mute. Guest, please speak one at a time. This works like I speak, then you speak. Then I speak, then you speak. Sentences should not start in the middle of each other's sentences. And if we can respectfully go forward like that, no one should have to be muted. We're not muting people because we disagree with what they're saying.
That's very reasonable of you, Auntie Wata, and I appreciate that. But your moderators...
Oh, thank you.
Moderators are not emulating the message that you're putting out.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I appreciate your support.
That was a respectful comment and statement that you made, and I do respect that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So what are we talking about? I was a little distracted by my life is lifing.
I'm sending Addy a source. I'm just going through my folders. I have sex and gender, minors, blockers, WPATH, transgender, prison stats, sex spaces. I have tons of things.
Right. It sounds like a skill issue.
Whatever you wanna say.
You say select species? That's stupid.
Well, this is hit a lull.
While they're
Does
trying to look
anybody
up their sources,
else
can we
have
go
to
ahead and get
say?
them taps up to 40K? And let's see if we can't meet the gift goal. Let's get the shares up to 300. Everybody, let's
Oh,
show
where did Vinny
support
go?
for the
He was
live, whether
hilarious.
you're here for Auntie Wata and the rest of us that belong here, or if you're here for the gender criticals, which have been named a extremist group in some countries. Go ahead and tap that screen, get the live up, get the shares out. Let's get some people in here, have these conversations, and to maybe educate some people.
So, Auntie Wata, would it be appropriate for me to ask a question to the panel while Christy is pulling her source?
Sure.
Okay, so I'd like to know why we offer palliative care to treat symptoms and not the underlying issue when it comes to trans individuals.
What's the underlying condition?
You tell me.
Well, you're asking the question, so apparently you have a doctor.
Right. So answer the question.
Are you referring to? Are you
No, no,
referring to
I'm
gender
asking- okay,
affirming
I'll
care as palliative care?
Yes, that's correct.
So when treating, let me ask you something. When treating, for example, let's
I'm not sure that that's how a debate
depression.
works, Addy. So I'll just remind you that when someone makes a
Why are you
point and
interrupting?
asks a question, you should answer the
Why
question.
are you interrupting?
Can she answer your question?
Right. Can I answer?
Yeah, you can answer without
So
asking me a
the way
question.
I can answer
You're
this.
not no. Just
Hello?
one moment. You're not going to run this panel raw. She's going to answer how she's going to answer.
With a question?
Please stop interrupting.
No, I don't think she was asking a
way I can
question. She
answer-
was answering.
Yeah, no,
The
she
way
made
I
the
can
statement. Well,
answer
let me
this-
ask
oh
her
my
the
God,
question.
can I answer? Is it because I'm gonna make you look like a fool? Is that why you keep interrupting me?
No, it's because there's no.
Thank you, Bella.
For those of you who don't
Thank you,
know what
everybody, for
palliative
reaching the
care
live
is,
goal.
palliative
Really
care
appreciate
is
it.
care
Again,
that
let's get those
treats
types up.
symptoms,
Raw, I know
not
you
the
hear me
issue.
making an announcement. Please don't speak over me. I'm just trying to do an mod
I want to
announcement.
get to the debate.
If we can go ahead and get the likes up to 40K, that would be fantastic. And try to meet the new live goal.
Okay, so Addy, I'm waiting for your response.
Right. So my response is that the way I can answer this is that the way we treat symptoms is the way we would treat a symptom when it comes to depression. So when it comes to depression, a person would go through a therapist, and that person would let that therapist know that they're going through certain things, and if that person is showing some symptoms of what depression is, then that doctor is going to prescribe them with the right medicine that is going to
Therapists prescribe medication, Addy?
Therapists do prescribe. They send the prescription to the doctor. Yes, I do.
So are psychiatrists not therapists?
Correct. Thank you. Auntie
You don't
Wata.
think they're therapists?
You
Not
realize
in
the psychiatrists and
context in which
therapists.
Addy is using it, no.
Yeah, you realize the
The
psychiatrists.
psychiatrists are not trained in counseling modalities.
Also, verbal therapy is also
Right.
considered
So,
palliative care.
Rio, can you engage with that with what I'm saying though?
You just did.
Right.
They can't
So
prescribe
when it comes to a psychiatrist, we'll put it that way, okay? That way you don't have to cry about it. When it comes to a psychiatrist, do they treat a symptom when it comes to depression?
No, they don't treat
They
symptoms.
don't?
They do.
Are
No,
you
they
sure?
don't.
Yes,
When
they
it comes
do.
to
How do
depression,
they treat depression? Go ahead.
when it comes to depression, you find out what the underlying cause is for that
Which
depression.
is
Yes,
Could
but
you
you're not
lifestyle-
taking on medication.
Well, are you going to let me answer the question, or are you going to cut me
Yeah,
off?
because
Addy?
my genetic,
go ahead, finish.
my depression is genetic, so there's no cure.
Right. So you would have to speak, correct, Alex? If your depression is genetic, you would have to speak, and that person would have to diagnose you, correct?
Absolutely.
And so,
Not
Alex,
only,
with
I
you
talked to a
having, with
therapist,
you having some form of
a counselor,
genetic
and a psychiatrist.
depression, you would have to make some lifestyle changes as well. Is that correct, Alex?
What
far
lifestyle
as?
changes?
Eating habits, exercising, breathing, therapy, meditating?
No, actually, my counselor nor my psychiatrist told me those were the things that I needed to do.
Oh, okay.
I want to stop. I want to stop. So you're calling gender affirming care palliative care.
Correct.
And I think that's suggesting that it's palliative because the treatment is not addressing the root cause. I think that's what you're suggesting. And so what is gender affirming care the treatment for exactly, Raw?
For individuals who have gender dysphoria.
Right. And so what is gender dysphoria?
Someone who experiences an incongruence between their sex and gender.
And so what is the treatment for gender dysphoria?
It's incorrect, but okay.
Oh, if that's the incorrect definition, I'd like to be corrected.
So gender dysphoria is a stress related to... No, gender dysphoria, the definition of gender dysphoria is stress related to the incongruence.
And the stress being
marked.
And Rod, did you say palliative care?
Palliative care.
Yeah, and that's typically for someone who is at the end of their life.
No, it's not. You're wrong.
Yeah, I'm actually looking it up right now.
Okay, let's look it up right now together. Let's type into Google, is
palliative care is medical approach that helps improve the quality of life for someone with serious or life-threatening illness. It can be given at an age, but usually for hospitals or someone that is at that part. Like my birth mother was in palliative care towards the end of her life. It's stages. It's care at the end of somebody's life. When someone says somebody's in palliative care, that means they are at the end of their life. Rodil, you're wrong.
Oh, okay.
Gender affirming care is not palliative care.
Why don't we look this up, Mary? We'll do this together.
And again, gender dysphoria is the distress a person experiences due to a mismatch between their gender identity and their personal sense of their own gender. Not the incongruence itself. It's the stress related to the incongruence.
Stress is a symptom. Stress is a symptom. Depression is a symptom. Anxiety is a symptom.
Gender dysphoria
is not a symptom.
Yes, I would encourage each and every one of you to look up PMC.
Gender dysphoria, as described by the DSM, is the stress or distress that results from the incongruence between one's sex and gender.
Auntie Water, what is the DSM-5? What is the DSM-5 and what do medical clinicians and professionals use the DSM-5 for?
DSM-5 is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of the American Psychological...
What is
Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of the American Psychological Association?
I want to say something.
What is the diagnostic criteria for the symptoms that one would exhibit if they have gender dysphoria?
It doesn't say anything about symptoms.
Defines
it's a diagnostic criteria, Alex. What do you think that means?
You're pivoting, Raw Real. The DSM-5 defines gender dysphoria as the distress related to the incongruence between a person's sex assigned at birth and gender identity. That is the definition. You're pivoting to... No, that's the definition of gender dysphoria.
Auntie,
and that is what's being treated by a therapist and a counselor.
I don't think you're arguing.
I also want to say that this is not a
psychiatrist.
I just want to say that this is not a source. Transgender, trend.com.
So wait a minute.
Okay, hold on. We have two conversations going on at the same time.
You tried to define gender dysphoria as incongruence. We have told you that gender dysphoria is not the incongruence. It is the distress related to that incongruence. And now you're pivoting to trying to define stress as a symptom, as opposed to, yes, it is a symptom of the incongruence.
Thank you.
But the incongruence is not the disorder. The stress is the disorder. Gender incongruence or gender identity disorder was removed from
Can
the
you read the
from
Can you read the diagnoses for gender
Robert,
dysphoria from the
We sure
DSM-5,
can. I
please?
have
Because
the
I'll pull it up
DSM-5 right
myself.
now.
why? Why would we read the diagnosis?
Because we need to know what the symptoms are that are associated with
No,
the
we
gender
don't.
dysphoria.
You
Yeah, the
said that.
symptom is not the
Why
problem
would you not
itself,
want to know
dummy.
that?
You said that the definition of gender dysphoria is an incongruence between sex at birth and gender identity. If you'd like to pivot from that positive claim to go look up the symptoms of gender dysphoria, then concede and we'll go look up the symptoms of gender dysphoria. Because you gave us an incorrect answer for what gender dysphoria means.
And before you pivot to something else or concede, Addy needs to address Christie's claim as well.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to read. Gender dysphoria, GD.
We said please
I could have swear I said please hold on just a
I don't
moment.
care because I'm trying to address
Well,
something.
I do care, and that's how that works.
Here's the problem.
Addy, go ahead.
We are behind.
Y'all,
We are
mods
behind.
who have access in the Discord, by the way, the DSM is listed under psychology in the Discord library.
Auntie Water, may I kindly request?
So Rob,
may I kindly
need to
request that I
stop.
read
We
the
are behind.
definition?
Okay, Rob, we are behind
addressing
because we are just now able to address the claim that Christy made. So we would like to do that because if you remember correctly, you said while we are looking at Christy's claim, can we talk about this? Now we have pulled up Christy's claim, and it's time to address that.
So, Auntie Water, I would like to bring to your attention that while we were...
I'm fucking done, Rob.
This is, you guys are honestly, you guys are being ridiculous.
No, we're literally trying to let Addy address your claim.
Seriously, you guys are being
the
ridiculous now.
conversation.
You guys are just muting and kicking. Like, what's your deal? You kicked Envy. You muted me. You muted me 5 times. You muted me in the comments. You muted Raw. Like, what's your deal? You muted me. You muted me in the comments. You muted Raw. You kicked Envy off the panel. What's wrong with y'all?
You're not even speaking. Everybody stop.
Well, like, I mean, Water. Like, what's the deal here?
Stop.
You let people mute me in the comments, mute me on the thing. This is wild.
Mute anymore.
Gee, thanks. But they just muted Raw 30 seconds ago.
Excuse me, I'm talking to my mom.
We asked him to stop so that we could go over your claim.
You guys are just insane, though. This is not how you have to be.
Stop with the ableism.
What's ableist that I said you guys are insane?
We asked him to stop so Addy could go over your claim. Because if you remember correctly, you and I were having a conversation.
Yeah, that you didn't.
You had to stop because you had made a claim that needed looked up.
You guys
now,
are still
Addy
muting
has found and looked up that claim you made, and we need to go back to the original conversation.
Right.
Why is this so hard to understand?
Well, because every time I open my mouth, y'all are sitting there.
Because you open your mouth when other people are talking.
Y'all are still muting me. Y'all are still muting me. You're still muting me. You're still muting though. You're still muting though.
Interrupting.
You're still muting though.
Interrupting.
Muting. Still muting though.
I can't say anything.
You're still muting though.
Everybody stop!
Still muting though.
Shut up, Christy. Damn.
I don't need to shut up. You guys are shutting me up by muting me.
Stop talking over people. Maybe they won't mute you.
Look at this disaster that you guys try to host. An 8v1. An 8v1.
I'm not gonna have that kind of chaos on the panel. I don't care who it is. So I'm going to start bringing folks back up. Please talk one at a time. No talking over each other. Mods, please refrain from muting. Panelists and guests, please be respectful and don't talk over each other. That's the only way this is going to work. All right?
Auntie, before we start bringing anyone else up, really, can I talk? Because this was a huge problem.
Mm-hmm. They're
They
not
done let
back
the
in the
GDs
queue,
in the
so
dough.
Every
I think
They
they're
done let the
time,
gone.
GDs in the dough.
every time we would say something, they would steamroll over us, interrupt us. We
I
couldn't get anything
know.
out.
That's what I wanted to say. The reason why she wanted to cry about being muted and Raw Real being muted is because she does not want to focus on the conversation. I want to address her claim that, like, on her quote unquote source, if we can call it that, it's not a source. Transgendertrend.com is not a source.
What
Auntie
is that the
Water,
source?
may I address you for a
Yeah,
moment?
that's the source she provided.
Auntie
Is
Water,
that
may I
the
address you
source?
for a moment, please?
Sure.
I remember that when we were waiting for Christie's source, I had politely asked you if I could ask the panel a question. You had given me your approval to ask the panel a question. Auntie Cookie stepped outside of that agreement that you and I had and decided to derail the conversation that we had. So I just
Actually, Raw Real, what really happened, if I may address it, because I'm the one that interrupted the conversation, because Christy finally got the source to Addy that needed to be addressed because the source was not a valid source. So I was trying to give Christy more time to get an appropriate source to Addy. That is what we were trying to do, but you insisted on continuing to talk over me while I was trying to do that. I am a moderator in this space. I stayed muted the entire time y'all were having a conversation, and I came on specifically, which I said I would do, to moderate things. So I came on to moderate the conversation because Christy had provided an invalid source. So I was trying to make it to where she could provide a valid source. And then you could have gone on with your conversation. We have two conversations going on at the same time. Sometimes they need to be moderated.
Before you came up, Raw Real, I was having a conversation with Christy. We had to halt that conversation for said source. So when the source came back in, or came up finally, Addy was able to look it over.
Right.
Yes,
Why couldn't you
I had
just
wanted
finish
to get
addressing
back
the
to
point so that we can move on to Christy? I don't understand, Auntie Cookie, why you're making this whole narrative, all right, that I was taking the spotlight away from Christy. I respectfully asked the host if while we were waiting for Christy to pull her source, if I could address the panel. I addressed the panel and we were having a discussion about it, but because the discussion wasn't going in the direction that you felt confident.
That's not what it was. Stop right there. That's not what it was.
Cut us off. And you decided to take control of someone else's.
No.
Okay.
No. I,
Everybody
again, am a moderator in this space. I stopped the conversation.
Alex, sweetheart, he's not going to listen. I think it's best if we just mute up and let them steamroll the conversation because it's a waste of our breath.
You see how I just let you finish your statement, Auntie Cookie? You see how that works? I can speak. I can stop speaking. I don't have to be muted, and I can let you finish your senseless thought.
Good. Why couldn't you do that earlier?
I've been exercising it this entire live, Addy.
Negative.
Yeah. Pull it.
Right. So can we continue?
Yeah, why don't we bring Christy up here so that we can address the source that she cited and that she sent to you?
Right. Can we
now you want to do that? Really? Now you want us to redo the whole thing so that we can bring Christy up here?
We can go back to the definition of gender dysphoria. According to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, it is defined as marked incongruence between their experienced or expressed gender and the way they were assigned at birth. So how does that definition, contradictory to the definition that I provided, where one experiences an incongruence between their sex and gender?
Auntie Wata, you're muted if you're talking. Oh, she wasn't even here. So you were talking to nobody. Good for you.
Okay. Either one, anyone else on the panel could have taken that and challenged it. But if Auntie
actually,
my screen went dark.
I was letting Auntie Wata do that because Auntie Wata was pulling up the sources for you.
That's not from the That's not from the DSM.
Yes, it is. It's
It's
marked
not.
incongruence. Okay, this is what Google says. Would you like me to show my screen? I can do that.
No, I don't want to know what Google says.
Well, I don't want to. I don't want to come off
said it
as
was
being disingenuous here.
wrong.
Right? I don't want to come off as
I
being
have the
disingenuous.
NDA. Excuse me, Raw Real.
Rario, did you
I'm
not say
sorry.
that you got it from the DSM? Why are you using Google?
It's because it's pulling from the DSM-5.
Right, but
That's
she
not
pulled
what the
according-
DSM
Here's the thing,
says.
though.
I am
According
literally
to the
sitting here.
Diagnostic and Statistical
You literally
Manual
pulled
of
the
Mental
DSM, though.
Disorders.
You're pulling
Listen.
Google, she pulled the DSM. That's the difference.
Yes. Google pulled from the DSM-5. What is it
This
you're
is
not
the
understanding?
DSM.
Read
This is
the
the
Why do you
highlighted.
have a problem
Because
with
you
her
need to
pulling
read
the
the
DSM?
entire thing.
This is
Would
the
you like me to
DSM.
pull it up for you folks, just so I can
This-
embarrass you? It
this
says the
is
exact same
It's
thing.
right
DSM.
here.
That
It's
is not
on
the
my
DSM.
She
screen.
literally has it in her
It
screen.
is.
I'll pull it for you guys, just so that you guys need it and have it
Raw
for
Real.
your
Who
reference.
publishes? Who?
Don't worry. I'll pull it for you. I'll do the work for you. Okay.
She literally has the work up there. What do you mean
Yeah,
you're
and
not
I
able
Who
to
literally
publishes the
literally on the
DSM? Can you
screen.
answer my
in my
question,
server.
babe?
I have the DSM-5
Can you
in
answer my
server.
question?
I'm going to
Can
pull
you
it from the
answer my
DSM-5
question?
directly.
Can you answer my question? Can you answer my question or no? Are you running from my question, Warreal?
No, I'm not running from your question.
You're refusing to answer my question.
I'm my source, Auntie Water. Thank you.
Can you answer my question, please?
Not until I
Who
get my source.
publishes the DSM? Who publishes the DSM, Warreal?
The AMA.
The AMA?
Mm-hmm.
No, baby, that's wrong.
Okay. I can be wrong. That's fine. I can be human.
The
but I'm telling you,
DSM
I'm
is
not wrong
published
about
by
this.
the American Psychological Association.
Very good. Now, why don't we pull?
What does that say? What does that say at the top of everybody? What does that say at the top of this
American Psychological Association.
Yep.
Okay. You got one. So happy for you guys.
Gender dysphoria. And this gender dysphoria is described by discomfort or distress related to incongruence between a person's gender identity.
So what was what I said
at
any
birth.
different than what you're saying?
And I thought Robert stays quiet until somebody's done speaking.
And primary and secondary sex characteristics. So we have established from the American Psychological Association the definition for gender dysphoria. And that is the definition that we are going to work with for the remainder of this live.
Right. And how
Do
is
we
that
have any
definition different
objections
from my definition?
Do we have any objections to working with this definition for the remainder
I'm
of this
asking you
live?
to clarify. I'm asking you to
I'm
clarify.
asking
my
you,
definition.
do we have any objections to working with the definition that is on the screen for the remainder of the live?
How is my definition
asking
contradictory
the
to your
panel.
definition? I'm asking for clarification. How does my definition contradict your definition?
It doesn't.
Okay,
Because
so
it's
my
from
definition
Google.
was accurate.
Google
So
could
we can
not
go with that
possibly
definition.
contradict.
Okay,
Google
so
could
we can
not
go with that
possibly
definition. No
contradict
problem. Auntie
the
Water, I
American
can see to your
Psychological
definition.
Association.
I can see to your
Okay.
definition because we're
Thank
using the
you.
exact same definition.
Jesus
So now
Christ. So
tell
now
me,
we can go
why
back
do we
to what we were
prescribe
talking
palliative
about.
care to individuals who suffer an incongruence between their sex and gender?
I could have swore that we've already established that it's not
So
palliative
we
care.
just defined that gender dysphoria, which is the condition that is being treated by gender affirming care, is a discomfort or distress related to the incongruence between a person's gender identity, sex assigned at birth, and or primary sex and secondary characteristics.
So why do we offer
Not the
palliative care?
incongruence. So we're not treating the incongruence. We're
Right. Why
treating
aren't
the
we treating the
discomfort.
incongruence? Why aren't we treating the incongruence?
Because the incongruence is not a treatable condition.
How do we know
It's
that?
not a disorder.
What do you mean it's not a disorder?
It's not a disorder.
Gender dysphoria is not a mental disorder?
Gender dysphoria, again, is the discomfort or distress related to incongruence between a person's gender identity,
Right.
sex assigned at birth,
Right.
and or primary and secondary
Is that a psychological
Gender
disorder?
dysphoria, again, is not an incongruence. It is the discomfort or distress that arises from
That
the
is wrong.
incongruence. Okay, we'll go
Okay, so
argue
what are
with
the
the
symptoms?
American
What are the
Psychological
symptoms of gender
Association.
dysphoria?
I understand, Raw, and I'm very sorry. You thought you had it all figured out with your palliative care argument, but it's just not going to work because you had the basis for your palliative care argument was a flawed definition that doesn't align with what the APA actually says gender dysphoria is. So I'm sorry that great scheme that you came up with didn't work, but it's just that's the definition. We showed you the definition. This is from dictionary.apa.org /gender hyphen dysphoria. Anybody who's here, you have the opportunity to pull it up on your own computer. This is a courtesy that the gender criticals never give you. But you have the opportunity to pull it up at dictionary.apa.org /gender hyphen dysphoria. Go ahead, Vinny.
I also wanted to add to that because you said that isn't it a mental disorder. It's not. It's a stress-based disorder.
I think y'all need to throw away that DSM-3 and start reading the DSM-5.
So I just went over to, you know what I'm saying, cite source and just keep the live absolutely as factual as possible. As much as I don't like this thin lip motherfucker next to me, he is actually correct. I just went and looked up his gender affirming care, a form of palliative care, and it absolutely is.
Yeah, can you also look up the same thing but for depression? You're gonna see what I'm saying.
I mean, all palliative care means is that you're treating the symptom.
Yeah, just treating the symptoms, but it doesn't say that it's I'm reading the study and it doesn't say that there is a cure for it.
Curative measures.
Yeah, there's no cure for it.
Which is why I asked him, don't you also treat the symptom when it comes? I'm sorry, you said you were not going to interrupt.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, you just jumped right after Vineyard
Once
spoke.
again, right? Which is
to address his
you
statement.
were not finished. You can address our
Oh, you
claim
and
as
him
soon
are
as we're
attached
done.
to the hip? I wasn't aware. I'm sorry, Addy. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So, which is why I said to him, isn't depression also one of those things that you can say it's what's that thing called? Paleo something?
Palliative care.
Palliative care. It is a form of palliative care, but I don't think they understand what these things would entail. It's actually saying that these things aren't curable. It's just something that you have to work with, and they help diminish the harm that it does. It's not curable.
So that's my point. If you understand that we can treat depression based on what the person is feeling and what they're voicing, then yeah, we can treat as well gender dysphoria based on what the person is disclosing.
So why are we going all in on palliative care and we're not trying to find the deterministic cause of the issue and curing that?
We know what the deterministic cause of the issue would be.
Well, what would that be? Because you didn't seem to know.
It would be something that you cannot change. You cannot have a surgery and just change it.
Right. So why do we fast track individuals who are experiencing gender dysphoria into surgeries?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Go ahead.
Fast track? I think that's a fallible statement there.
It's not, because if we take a look at how gender identity disorder used to be treated, it used to come with a minimum of 2 years social transition before you were even considered in taking any form of chemicalized or surgeries for your ailment. So,
and how fast do you think people are being tracked into these?
When I use the term fast track, it's because now today you can go and sit for 45 minutes with 2 professionals and you can gain access to gender affirming care. And as a matter of fact, in Canada, you could be 14 years old and you don't require the parental consent or the advice of a medical professional to gain access to gender affirming care. So that's the question I'm asking. Why are we fast tracking that process?
We're gonna need.
So you said fast tracking folks into surgeries,
Right.
and
Can you provide a source for
then
that?
you proceeded to talk about how easy it is to get gender affirming care. You do know that the two are not synonymous, right? That one is that gender affirming surgery is gender affirming care, but not all gender affirming care is gender affirming surgeries. You know that, right, bro? Real?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Also, I want to.
I'm aware that there are certain elements of gender affirming
So,
care that do not include.
so who's getting
sex hormone.
surgeries on the fast track?
Okay, I'll look up that source for you.
Also,
What's
I
the
would
waiting
like
list
a.
like for what's the waiting list like for the gender affirming surgeons in the country, y'all? It's been a while for me. Anybody got that information?
Wait, what was the question?
I think it
mean,
depends on like what state you're in and what
yeah, it
doctors are
usually takes
available.
at
But I
least
know that
it
sometimes it's
usually
like at
takes,
least 6 months to a year.
yeah. So who's being fast tracked?
And then also, I would like a source on that
And for
14-year-olds in
most,
Canada are allowed to go without consent from either a doctor or a physician and get gender affirming care. And I
okay,
would like to
yeah,
say also.
I'm trying to finish a point. So you're saying that people are on a fast track.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you understand how these surgeries work, because these surgeries are impossible to fast track. First of all, no plastic surgeon in their right mind is going to provide a vaginoplasty without on an area that has not undergone at least a year's worth of laser hair removal and combined with electrolysis. Because if a single hair is left, it is a recipe for discomfort and multiple revisions. And so you're at least going to take a year leading up to the laser requirement for the vaginoplasty. And then once you have taken that year, and let's shorten it, let's say 6 months, that while you're waiting for, while you're going, but you can only go to laser once a month. If those of you who have had laser know that you can't go like twice in a month. You have to go once a month. And so if you're doing your laser to get the hair removed from that area of your body, it's going to take at least a year combined with electrolysis for spotting. And then you're going to go on the waiting list for the actual surgery.
Source for that so that I can look that up?
No, I don't have a source for it. Ask anybody who's ever go and look up the process for vaginal
Actually, what is your claim, Auntie Wata? I can get the source.
That it takes that the first step in receiving vaginoplasty is eradicating the hair in the area for surgery. Then you're going to wait on a waiting list for at least 6 months to get into a surgery, unless you're going, well, even like internationally, you're going to wait on a waiting list for at least 6 months. So I'm not sure you know how this stuff works, Robert. There's no such thing as a fast track for gender affirming surgeries.
May I ask a question?
Well, I mean, it's the fact. It's the opinion of somebody who has actually been through the process. When did you go through it?
When did you transition? When did you? I'm sorry. When did you begin your transition?
I began my transition a while ago.
Okay, and was that under the WPATH guidelines?
I transitioned under Harry Benjamin.
Was that under the WPATH guidelines?
Yes. This motherfucker doesn't know what he's talking about. This he does not know what he's talking about.
That was prior.
He has no idea what he's
person.
I answered your question.
That was prior. Please educate yourself.
I answered your question, and you don't know enough about this stuff to even know that I answered your question.
I'm asking you a question.
Harry Benjamin standards. Excuse me, sweetie. The Harry Benjamin standards were the standards that were in place prior to the WPATH standards. So anybody who is familiar with these conversations would have known exactly what I was talking about when I said I answered. I transitioned under Harry Pincher.
How have the standards
I
changed?
answered your question,
How have the
darling.
standards
Wata,
changed?
I sent you. Hang on, Ra. Wata, I sent you the procedures for prep for vaginoplasty. It's in
How
your
have
Discord.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Rika. How have the standards changed, Auntie Wata, since your transition to the individuals who are experiencing their journey today?
I couldn't tell you.
What do you mean you couldn't tell me?
I'm not experiencing my transition today.
You're making an argument that no one's being fast-tracked.
I just told you what the process is.
Yeah, the process. Which process are you defining? Are you defining the
process
hairy
for a
individual?
surgery. You said people are being fast-tracked through these surgeries.
Which
I just
standard are you
provided you
referring to?
with the. Excuse me. You said people are being fast-tracked through these surgeries. I said it's impossible to fast-track the surgeries because the beginning of the process is eradication of the hair in the surgical area, and all of the plastic surgeons who actually do vaginoplasties in this country have a waiting list that is at least 6 months long, if not years long. And so the idea that people are fast tracking these surgeries is one that can only arise in the mind of someone who knows absolutely nothing about these processes.
So may I ask you a question about your
Now,
transition?
Rika, where'd you put it in the Discord?
I sent it directly to you, and I sent it to Auntie Cookie as well.
Okay.
So may I ask you a question, Auntie Wata?
Mm-hmm.
Was social transitioning a requirement? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Auntie Cookie, since you love to speak over people.
I want to say that the questions that you're asking to Auntie Wata, those answers are going to be subjective. They're going to be they're going to be subjective to her. They're not going to speak for all trans people. So if you want to talk about facts, maybe we should focus on.
What I'd like to talk about, Addy, is the standard of care that was offered.
Finished, sweetie. I know you're like
never
14
finished because
mentally.
I didn't invite you to talk. I asked
know you're
Auntie Water
14 mentally.
to
Can
finish
you allow me to
speaking.
finish?
No, I
Can you
asked
allow me to
Auntie
finish?
Water to finish speaking because Auntie Water cut me off when I was addressing the
Okay,
host.
then let me just finish then.
No, I don't want to let you just finish. I would like to
Why don't you want to let
kindly
me finish then?
continue addressing the host of this live.
Is it because
You're
I'm
not
going to disprove
important to this
something to you?
conversation, Addy.
Is
You're
it because
not
I'm going to disprove
important.
something to you?
So,
Why are
Auntie
you so
Water,
afraid
may
of
I
me
ask
speaking
you
about
about your transition and whether or not you were
Why
required
are you so afraid of me speaking
Addy,
about reality?
I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to
It
the
doesn't
host.
matter if you want to talk to me. This is a
your
panel,
room.
sweetie. That's how it works.
And I'm addressing the host. Are you the host?
Right. So, like I
Good.
was
You
saying,
can host your
you're
own
not going to
live,
be able to
and
have
you can
a
have people address
conversation that
you on
involves
your
facts
own live,
by
Addy.
asking a person a
I'm
personal
talking
question.
to
If you're going to
Auntie
go off
Water.
of personal questions, you're not going to
I'm
get anywhere.
asking Auntie Water a question about the standard of care that Auntie Water.
I forgot a step. Prior to even getting your hair removal done, you have to go through the process of legally transitioning. They will not allow you to have vaginoplasty prior to the letters that you have to get from the doctor. And so there is an evaluation that takes place prior to vaginoplasty, and then you have to go and get your documents changed.
Great.
Hey,
So when
Elmo.
you started your transition, were you required to socially class 6 hormones?
When I started my transition, I had
Talking
already
about
been
hormones?
living. When I started my hormones, I had already been living as a woman for more than a year. And so no, I wasn't required to do that. But today,
I didn't hear your answer because there was an infantile who was interrupting you during your sentence, and I couldn't hear what you were saying. I'm sorry.
I said when I started my medical transition, I had already been living as a woman for a number of years.
Oh,
so no,
you
I
had already
wasn't
socially
required.
transitioned for a
I
number
had
of years,
already
correct?
socially transitioned, yes. But to your point, the Harry Benjamin standards required that a person socially transition and live as a woman for at least a year prior to getting their surgery, not prior
Correct.
to
What
gender
is the
affirming
standard today,
care.
though? That's what I'm
Not
interested in.
prior
What
to
is the standard
wait a
today?
minute, not prior to gender affirming care, but prior to
Mm-hmm.
getting their surgery. And as I
Understood.
said, the process for vaginoplasty will take you at least 2 years to get on
What
somebody's
is?
table for vaginoplasty
Can
because
you
you are
clarify?
required to have had 6 to 12 months of hair removal either through laser, electrolysis, or both before any plastic surgeon will touch your hoo-ha.
Great. I agree.
So there is no fast track.
So can you help me understand what the process is today that would allow a subject to gain access to cross-sex hormones or puberty blockers?
You would have to see a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Your doctor is going to refer you to a therapist.
Correct.
And you are going to meet with that therapist for whatever amount of time that therapist deems fit to determine that you have gender dysphoria. That
Okay.
therapist
What
will
is that
turn around. That
timeline? What that is?
therapist will then make a referral to either the doctor that sent you or a specialist for you to get those prescriptions.
Hey, Auntie, I just went and looked up the average wait time for gender affirming surgeries, and they average between 6 to 18 months.
I know, yeah.
Yes.
And prior to that 6 to 18 months, you have to have had 6 to 12 months of hair removal.
Yeah.
No, hair removal.
Yeah, removal.
Before you're even eligible to receive the surgery.
Also, I want to clear up with the HRT. There are different standards for adolescents under the age of 18 versus adulthood. If you're an adult, some states, like the state I'm in, New York, they allow for a informed consent model. So in your adult state of mind, with your adult responsibility and everything, you can say, I am transgender, I want to pursue this care, and you can go on HRT under an informed consent patient. Certain states, you have to have a medical diagnosis or be seen by a licensed person to actually get the medicine.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, Auntie Water's experience was that Auntie had socially transitioned for many years prior to seeking any form of clinical gender affirming care. Auntie Water, if you don't mind me asking, when did you first start to see a doctor, and then when did they first administer cross-sex hormones?
What do you mean, when?
So you had socially transitioned for a period in your life prior to seeking gender affirming care, is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Once you started to see a doctor, what was the time frame in which you were given access to cross-sex hormones?
Probably a few months.
Okay, so it took you a few months to get cross-sex hormones after several years of socially transitioning, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how come subjects can go to a doctor today, go and see 2 doctors, and gain access to a prescription for cross-sex hormones?
I don't think that's true.
So it is. So we actually changed from a Harry Benjamin standard of care that used to be done up until, I think, like the 2000s-ish, around that time. And then we changed to the new WPATH model that we go by today in the U.S. So I'm talking strictly the U.S. The old Harry Benjamin standards of care, you interrupted my sentence.
No, my apologies.
The old Harry Benjamin standards of care required at least 2 years of social transitioning fitting in with gendered stereotypes before you can pursue medical or hormonal treatment. Now with the WPATH guidelines we follow, it's changed that because we have a greater understanding of what transgender healthcare looks like.
And okay, so how do we know? How do we have a greater understanding of what transgender looks like?
Because we've
Because
been
I
doing this for
transitioned 30 years
decades.
ago.
I'm listening to Echo. I didn't hear him. I'm sorry.
I said because I transitioned 30 years ago. You're talking about what I did 30 years ago and comparing it to today.
Yeah, that it's not applicable and it's not analogous because you followed a different standard of care than individuals who are following
Right,
a
but you're saying how do we know more? We know more because that was 30 years ago.
How did doctors curve the diagnostic process from a minimum? Hold on, let me finish my question. How did the doctors curve the diagnosis time from a minimum year and a half of social transition to make sure that you meet all the markers of somebody who is experiencing an incongruence between your sex and gender to 2 45-minute sessions? How did we become that?
Because they've updated the standards.
We took everything we learned by treating transgender
sorry,
people.
Echo, hold on.
I'm
Echo,
giving you an answer, Rob.
No, I'm addressing what Auntie Wata just said. Can you repeat what you just said, please?
The standards have been updated. We have new standards.
Okay, so the standard
Wait
has
a
been
minute. Wait a
updated.
minute. If you want me to answer you, let me answer you. We have new standards based on decades of evidence from treating transgender patients.
Right.
Like I was transitioning 30 years ago. This shit was relatively.
Let me finish with Auntie Water and then I'll get right to you.
This shit. No, you go back to Echo. This shit was relatively new when I was starting out. Not terribly new. They had been doing them since like the 60s in the U.S.
We've updated the standard, and we're making a statement that the standard of care is much better than the standard of care that you received several years ago, correct? How did doctors become more proficient at diagnosing gender dysphoria? How did they curb the diagnostic time frame that it takes to ascertain whether or not a subject is suffering from gender dysphoria?
You don't need gender dysphoria to be trans. They've understood that there is a separation between gender incongruity and gender dysphoria. That diagnostic has changed over the time because we've spent time the last 80 years well documenting everything to say trans people don't always experience gender dysphoria, and gender dysphoria isn't exclusive to trans people. We have decades of knowledge and papers and research and like studies that have been done where healthcare professionals are looking at it and saying they're two different things.
So you're saying that, are you saying, Echo, that transsexuals are somewhat different than transgender individuals, that their experience is completely and utterly different?
Yeah, transgender and transsexuals are two different things.
Okay, so explain transgenderism to me. Explain where
it's not transgenderism.
Develops a gender identity that is different from their biological sex confirmed at birth.
Do anybody that identifies as transsexual want to explain transsexual?
No, I know transsexual. I'm trying to understand transgenderism. So tell me which part of the brain which part of the brain develops that.
How does this become an interview, right, Bonnie? How did this become an interview? I thought it was a debate.
I need to jump in for a second, just a tiny second. Stop calling transgenderism. It's not an ism.
Well, it's totally easy.
Rock, can you give me the definition of transsexual? Not the experience or what they go through, the definition of transsexual.
What it is, Shouty? What's up?
A transsexual person is someone who experiences a gender identity that is inconsistent with their assigned sex and desires to permanently transition to the other sex with which they identify.
Right. Now, can you give me the definition of transgender?
Sure.
I'm a transsexual.
Right. Because you're pursuing the other sex.
A transgender person is someone whose gender identity differs from that typically associated with their sex that they were assigned at birth. So what you're talking about is an expression of femininity or masculinity.
No, I just wanted the definition. So what we're talking about is transsexual is people that pursue opposite sex care to whatever degree, and they can identify in the opposite sex. Raw, I am explaining here. You asked the question. I asked the definition. You gave it. I'm explaining. Okay. Transsexual is going to be people that pursue opposite sex care. Transgender is based around the identity and the social nuances with gender.
Right. Femininity and masculinity.
There's way more than that. There's androgyny as well. Thank you for the non-binary erasure.
In all honesty, why do transgender people seek sex reassignment surgery?
Because they feel distress or an incongruency with their sex assigned at birth, and they want to align with the opposite sex. That's it.
And what are transgender people trying to do?
Not all trans people pursue opposite sex health care.
Mm-hmm. But they want to be regarded as women in society.
Should there be sometime?
Nate, I'm gonna let
Some
you go.
transgender people want to be regarded as non-binary, whilst others want to be regarded as men.
So Ra, with that thought process, why do cis women have breast enlargements or breast reductions? Same thing, Ra.
But are you asking me if I agree with those types of surgeries? Because I don't. So yeah, I don't think that good.
Wow, as a woman with big breasts,
yeah, and if you have back problems, you should get a reduction. Absolutely, but I don't think that you should.
Why are you interrupting me?
Insecure about your appearance.
Why are you interrupting me? Like you weren't talking, and I started talking, and you're interrupting me.
You're not analogous.
So I'm not allowed to talk because you don't like what I'm saying?
I'm making a comparable argument.
Oh, so I'm not allowed to talk because you don't like what I'm saying. So you think it's okay to interrupt me?
Auntie Water, I'm being muted abusively over here by the moderators. All right, I've been muted 3 times.
But it's okay for you to interrupt me, right?
I'm sorry, we have a mod that has just joined us.
What I'm telling you,
I'll repeat the request to the mods that we refrain from muting as long as the conversation is amicable.
Okay.
So as long as we're not talking over each other, allow them to.
Let's be very clear. No, Ra. Let's be very clear. You didn't even let me land my plane before you started interrupting. I've been sitting here with my hand up patiently as not to interrupt. When you were not talking, I started to talk, and you right away started to steamroll over me. And then you want to bitch about being muted.
Can you provide an analogous argument,
okay,
please?
So I'm going to say what I want to say, whether you like it or not.
Go right ahead.
Awesome.
Can I be abusively muted next?
I got you.
Misty, can you give Vinny some of that?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Nate to fulfill my degradation kink.
So here's the thing. You don't believe in the reductions, but that is healthcare because
I didn't believe in reductions.
Oh God. Okay. Whatever. Anyhow.
Misrepresent my statement, Auntie Cookie.
Say what I said. You know what?
The more he interrupts, the more I vow to make this homoerotic.
I really don't care. Okay. So whatever. Anyways, I want to ask you a question, Ra, and Nate, you can answer this too if you want. Because I feel like you don't say the quiet part out loud. I would like to know, Ra Real, what you think, what care you think should be given to trans people. Because it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be assuming wrong, it sounds like gender criticals would like to see the care as making people cis. So you think that there's, and listen, this is just what I'm getting from listening to all of you talk. You think that transgender people are broken and that it's an illness and that there is a way that can be cured so that we don't have transgender people any longer. They'll all be cis. Am I correct?
No.
But you're just blatantly wrong. That's blatantly untrue. We don't think. We don't. Can I?
Y'all can't answer at the same time. Wait. You'll both get a turn.
I muted. I was talking first. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, no, we don't think trans people are
Miss D, stop, girl.
What's going on?
I genuinely want to hear what that model for transgender would look like.
What's going on? What's going on?
Nate,
Yeah.
Nate, I love you other than your thought process on that.
Yeah, sure. So
you're experiencing some of that mute abuse. You're experiencing some of that mute abuse that Rob was introducing us to.
Oh, sorry, I'm not into kink. I'm very sorry. So, no, we don't think trans people are broken. For adults, I have no issue with medical transition. Children, I don't believe can consent to long-term medical care that is not medically necessary. So I don't agree with it for children. However, the treatment for adults can be pursued differently because they are allowed, they are able to consent. So that is my position, and I don't think trans people themselves are mentally ill. I don't know where you got that from, right? They often. Sorry, can I finish? Because we know people. Yeah. So they're not themselves mentally ill. We understand that they have a dislike for their sex for the most part, and often have gender dysphoria, and that is a mental health condition. But I don't use that to dehumanize them or to stigmatize them.
Thank you, Miss Lady.
So there's nothing wrong with them. If you think that we think they're broken, no, that's just not my position.
And that's why I asked Nate, and I did preface that if I'm wrong, please correct me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an assumption of mine, and I'm glad that you clarified your stance. However, I will ask this one tiny thing, Nate. When it comes, so we often talk about, and trans women are mocked,
Thank you, ma'am.
made to feel less than when they aren't passable. And we both know that the later you start in your transition for male to female, that the chances of you passing are far less, and it takes more surgeries. So I feel like by denying and I am staunchly against gender affirming care for minors that's not done properly. Like, I don't think that anyone should be just thrown on meds. I don't believe in surgeries for minors. But I do think that if it's available and there have been the proper steps taken, that it's very helpful for trans girls when they become trans women to have been able to have that care so that the masculine features don't set in.
Okay, okay. So passing as an adult, I don't think is an excuse to medicalize children unnecessarily. So while I understand what you're saying, that's not an excuse, right? If the person chooses to transition as an adult where they can consent, that's fine. But yet again, these people are children who cannot.
Hey, Nate, every major U.S. medical association endorses
Can I finish,
care
please?
if necessary.
Can I finish?
Sweetheart. You called it unnecessary. Let me say it is necessary.
Can I finish? Okay. So, ho to you as well, Santo. What exactly are we using to establish what is considered necessary? Necessary by what means?
13 million doctors represented by every medical association in America are smarter than you, and I agree with them.
Okay, that doesn't answer my question, Bookie Pop. I asked you what is the criteria for what is considered necessary medical care. Are you going to answer, or are you going to deflect like a... Can I finish? Can I finish?
My shit. Don't take my shit.
Can I finish?
Don't take Bookie butt from me. I got little things. Don't take Bookie butt from me.
Can I finish?
Nate, I can answer. So the criteria of what is medically necessary...
I'm not finished. I literally wasn't finished the question, so...
You asked what is the criteria for medically necessary health?
Yeah, I was asking Santa. I was asking, no, hold on. You didn't like a lot of people. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry.
When you answer, and you're not going to like it.
Hold on.
Because
Can I finish? Can I finish speaking? We got mad about the over talking. 1 second, my dear.
So, what is medically necessary as determined?
Auntie Wata, do I
One
get to
at a
finish?
time. One at a time, y'all. Now,
Right.
Nate, you did ask what is medically
I wasn't
necessary. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So the person that I'm asking is Santa, because when we were having 1v1 discourse earlier and other people interrupted between you and Raw, right? Auntie Cookie redirected raw back to you. So we're not going to do the deflection like a father from child support business. We're going to answer to the person who has asked the question. And the person who made the claim was Santa, so I'd like Santa to answer, respectfully echo. So I'm asking Santa, he said it was medically necessary. He should know what is the criteria for what is considered medically necessary. I'm not asking you.
Santa, just tell him it's between the doctor and patient.
Well, I want to tell you, Nate, and I'm not somebody that just bullshit about things that I'm not certain about. The Mayo Clinic's website says it's medically necessary, and I know there's a risk assessment, and I know that the parents spend so much time talking to their children. The children need, generally it's 2 years of therapy to get the diagnosis. They'll fast track it if they're going to hit puberty soon, down to 6 months. So those are the things that I think make it necessary. Like the doctors say it's necessary. That's all I can tell you, Nate.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, so yet again, this doesn't clarify the question. So you seem to have a comprehension issue. I didn't ask you whether or not the doctors consider it. Sorry, excuse me. I allowed you to finish. Be quiet, please. So, yet again, you're just repeating the claim. I understand that you're saying doctors consider it necessary. I'm asking you what the criteria is for something to be considered medically necessary.
I would say the criteria is when doctors say it's necessary, because they know more than me, Nate. That is my answer. I'm sorry, sweetheart, that doctors are smarter than you. I don't know what to tell you. I trust them more than you.
That is circular reasoning. You can't say it's necessary because doctors say it's necessary. That's circular.
I think it's incredibly harmful for those of us that are not medical.
You guys are both talking over each other. I can't hear.
I'm saying when a doctor prescribes medicine, he is qualified to say it's medically necessary. When he provides medical care, he is qualified. Every major medical association representing 13 million doctors have signed up to say this care is necessary, life-saving care, Nate. That's my answer. And this isn't a debate, it's a conversation, honey.
Efficient response, because yet again, you're just saying the doctors say it's necessary, therefore it is. What criteria are they operating under that?
How about you have a debate with the trans person?
Can I finish? Because y'all keep muting me and I'm letting y'all finish, but then when it comes to me talking, everybody wants to mute the Jamaican Gully Queen. Are we going to let me speak?
Sure, if you agree not to take Bookie butt again.
Okay, I'll call him Pookie then. Yeah.
That's my shit too.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. You can't claim language.
I'm gonna give you one. I'll make you one unique. You can say Milky Nips.
No, thank you. So
I think it fits your accent. Just try it.
I think we should limit it to Daddy.
Let me try it out. Just try it out. Just try it out.
Sit down.
We already called it chocolate milk. Just say it, Milky Nips.
Y'all are really weird. Okay. So anyway, the whole point here, right? It's funny enough, I never really came up to discuss gender affirming care. If you want to think children can be trans, that's fine. I just don't think, quote, trans girls are girls and trans boys are boys. That's what I'm here to discuss, because I still haven't gotten a functional definition of woman or man or boy or girl from any of you people. Still waiting on one.
I wanted to tell you, Nate, I just looked up what Dr. Google says makes something medically necessary. I don't know if you're interested. Would you like me to read it to you?
Sorry, could you repeat what it is that you're citing?
It is, oh shit, it disappeared. Give me a second. I just looked up, it's from Medicare. Medicare, the rules about Medicare, what they deem medically necessary. Let me see. Medicare defines medically necessary as healthcare services or supplies needed to diagnose or treat an illness, injury, condition, disease, or its symptoms, and that meet accepted standards of medicine. There you go, honey.
Accepted standards of medicine are...
Do you want me to read it to you again?
No, I want you to tell me what's written on your mother's will. Yes, I want you to read it to me.
Oh my word! Just a second.
Are you done? Because I just
Medicare
asked you to read it.
I'm gonna read it again. Medicare defines medically necessary. So medically necessary is healthcare services.
Nate, stop cutting them off. You talk about people cutting you off. Let him talk.
Hold on.
Let him speak. Let him speak. Go ahead, Santa. Mute Nate.
Thank you.
Mute Nate. Let people speak. Because you're crying about people cutting you off.
I'm going to break it down for you real quick, Nate.
I'm just letting you know that's not the question.
Hi, Auntie Cookie. Hey, Auntie Water.
Hey, babe. How you doing, Kiosha?
I'm good.
I'm going to help y'all out. Nate, the acceptable standards of care in the U.S. for transgender people is the WPATH guidelines.
Okay, and what do those dictate?
Can you just try out Milky Nips for me, though?
Oh my God, stop, Vinny.
Just like give it a shot.
Thank you.
Wait, no. You're the one.
Nate, I wanted to tell you. I wanted to break it down for you, please.
Sorry, can Echo finish speaking? Sorry, I'm hearing a lot
Nate,
of.
since you say it's not an excuse for being trans, what's your excuse for being gay?
Sorry, excuse
He's not gay. Let's stop the bi-erasure.
Yes,
Nate
he is. He's
not
gay. He's gay. That's the Butch Queen.
I was actually going to finish this statement real quick, if that's all right.
That's the Butch Queen.
Okay. All right.
Because you asked me to repeat
Sorry,
it, not to
I
repeat
want
it,
to
but
hear
to tell
Echo
you what it
finish.
means.
Can Echo finish? Can you be quiet?
Well,
Go tend to your reindeer. Go tend to your reindeer. Echo is talking. Yeah, go tend to your reindeer.
I was just moving on to what Santa was saying.
Yes, go. No. It's okay. I want to hear you finish.
I didn't hear what you said, sweetheart. You don't get to decide these things, honey. So, medically necessary is health care or supplies that have been diagnosed for treatment by a doctor. And they meet accepted standards of medicine, honey. It's that simple. It's basically what I said. The doctors say it's necessary, so it's necessary. That's the answer you don't want to take.
No. You're confused. So yes, that is the definition of medically necessary. You said it was contingent upon the standard of medicine. What is the standard of medicine? Y'all not listening.
I believe it's probably
do the
standard of medicine is probably always being evaluated.
Okay,
it's probably understood by professionals and not by people like Nate and Santa.
Oh my God. So
No. Hold on, Auntie. Like, no, we're gonna have a respectful dialogue. If you want people to listen to, listen. If you want people to listen to you, let people respond. You're crying about people cutting you off, but then you're cutting people off.
You just cut us off, actually.
People speak.
Oh, sorry. Your McDonald's Wi-Fi isn't doing too well, Boo-Boo. You might want to fix that. So,
Don't
anyways,
take Boo-Boo. You stop taking my shit, Nate.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Stop taking my shit. You don't look. I'm gonna give you all the things that I call people.
I don't argue with bitches who walk around with no shoes on.
If you don't argue, then shut the fuck up.
Mine.
Then shut up.
Pookie Bear is mine.
Okay.
Bitch, I got shut up nothing, faggot.
I gave you some extra names. I gave you other names you can say. Say the other names.
Continue to have a congenial conversation where everybody talks one at a time, allowing each other to finish, and we refrain from calling each other pejoratives and other kinds of unsavory names, please.
Right, and let's have a respectful conversation. So when somebody is speaking, you be quiet.
Sure. Nate, do you or do you not consent to me calling you Coco de Leche?
Yeah, because she about to be on the way out of here.
Wait, is that voice in Nate? Or is that
that was
pretend?
Nate.
Yeah, that wasn't Nate. She's too feminine.
No. I'm asking, is that like an innate sense of self, or was that pretend?
Yeah, it is. Yes, it's in my hypothalamus, just like you.
I think that's the voice that Nate uses, like in his everyday life.
She does that all the time.
In Jamaica,
she has to use that in public so she won't get 10 years in prison.
10 years in prison is crazy. Are we talking about your record, or we're talking about mine?
No, we're talking about yours.
We're talking about
yours over in Jamaica. That's why you're hiding. That's why you're hiding. Won't you debate being a fag?
Nate, can you use the deep voice again and say Roll Tide?
I told you we needed more glitter.
No, nigga, say Roll Tide.
So anyways, yeah, I guess we just tolerate slurs now. Isn't that cute? So
thank you, PP Pamela.
Nate needs to transphobe, but we can use
misgendered her, Nate.
We can use slurs. So misgendering warrants slurs. Oh, okay then.
I got so many slurs.
Everybody not a slur, and you are
everybody be on your best behavior.
Wait, just mute up, everybody. Let's think about finish.
Let's act like grown-ups. Thank you, Moo.
That was me. Not for you.
I know. TikTok knows too.
I just want to say I love y'all being here and pushing out Auntie Water's live. This is the visibility that
what's my favorite part about it?
Messages.
My favorite part about it is while Nate's giggling, Auntie Water's gonna get a portion of those coins.
That's what I'm saying.
Of course.
Don't tell them.
Relax, there.
I'm aware that you get a percentage.
Maybe
we can get an FFS with the extra money. Maybe.
What's FFS?
He's crushed
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure you need it, girl. I'm sure you need it.
No, I don't. My jawline
Yes,
is fine.
yes, you do.
I thought
You trying to say my face isn't womanly,
no,
Nate? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. It's not that it's
for
not.
fuck's sake. That's what that means.
Nate,
For fuck's sake.
Nate, what's the biggest you've ever taken?
Stop
Nate's a
it,
virgin. Nate admitted the other day
Keosha.
that
He's
they are a virgin.
That's not
bisexual.
very
Girl,
nice.
bye.
He's bisexual.
Nate's a virgin.
That's not very nice.
He's bisexual. Stop, you guys. He's bisexual.
It's not very nice of you to say.
Really?
Why are we?
Thank you. I could go
It's not.
darker.
No, he's bisexual. No.
Let's stay in the light. Let's stay in the light.
Nate
Let's use our powers for
is
good today.
respectfully a bisexual virgin.
Right. He's bisexual, you guys. He's
Fine.
bisexual.
Why are we
This is no.
ad-homing now?
That's not a jab at me. That's not a jab at him. Like this is
We
what he
had
told us
such
the other
a
day.
nice
I
little.
really think
Yes, I'm not going to have
Auntie Wata's
myself
trying to
worn out.
talk.
I don't want to have myself worn out like Kyoja by the time I'm 19.
Oh,
I
worn out?
I'd like to have my education. I prioritize my education.
I get paid for mine,
I would
darling.
argue
yes,
I
we know.
am the most worn out
I get
here.
paid to get worn out.
Oh yes, we know.
Can we bring it
I
back?
pursue my education first. That's what I prioritize. I prioritize my education.
Wait, y'all. Wait, y'all.
Thank you,
Let's
George.
relax.
Y'all,
Let's relax.
stop.
Let's dial it
Really.
back. Let's dial it back just a little bit. Get back on topic.
I mean, Kyoja started it. I'm just
Georgie.
finishing it.
I am also
You can
undeniably
finish
the most
anything.
worn out person here.
Oh, we know.
Y'all
You can finish anything.
Is that what you
You ain't
grinded
finished
in?
shit.
Is that what you
You
grinded
ain't
in?
finished shit.
Is that what
You
you
ain't finished
grinded in?
anything.
Is that
You
what
ain't
you
finished
grinded in?
anything. You ain't finished
You know what's
anything.
crazy?
You need a new
ain't
pair of
finished anything.
shoes.
You ain't finished anything.
The
Yeah.
fact that Auntie
Yeah.
Where's
Wata,
mile?
the fact that Auntie Wata hasn't
You
said
think
anything
you're
to you, but you
eating.
said that
You
she
think you're
needed FFS.
eating.
I am
It's not an
eating.
eat. You're
The
not.
plate is
You're
empty. I'm
not.
about to
No,
eat
it's
the
still
cutlery
full.
now.
It's
I'm
still
about
You've
to
been
eat the
18 for
cutlery.
3
It's still full.
years.
It's full of rainbow cookies.
Bro, you've been 18 for 4 years already. Like,
I've been 18 for 4 years. How long do you think I've been on TikTok,
Thank you,
Elmo?
Z.
Plate
you've
full
been
of
18 for
rainbow
like as
cookies.
long as we can remember, sweetie.
Everybody.
I know a Butch Queen when I hear one.
Oh, sorry.
Wait,
You two
ELE.
are going on
Wait,
timeout.
y'all
Sorry.
forgot ELE. It's a rule. Everybody love everybody.
Exactly. Let's love each
Everybody
other.
love
Thank you, chocolate milk.
Where did he say that you needed FFS with the money you were gonna get out of his gifts if you
He
didn't
said
even
I need
attach it?
SFS.
He said
I'm not
that.
as
He said
What
that.
she know?
He said
What she
that
know
with the.
about
He said with the
FFS?
percentage. He said with the percentage that you get, even though you didn't attack him, but he cries about being attacked.
I haven't cried about being
Exactly.
attacked. Wait, what did I cry about?
Auntie,
Wait,
I'm
what did I cry
sorry.
about?
I
That
need
Cry
to.
about
wasn't
being
him. That was
attacked, being
wrong.
cut
Talking
I
off.
need
about
to
being.
break in here to do some co-hosting for just 1
Yes, please,
second.
Auntie Cookie. We appreciate your
Please
co-hosting.
cut in with some
Auntie
Absolutely.
Wata, can
Please.
you reset your goal?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm about to do something that I never
Also,
do.
Yes, y'all.
also, we have 180 people in here. If we could like and share out the live, that would be fabulous.
Let's get to 75K likes, y'all. Like the
Come
like.
on, like
Girl,
it.
that's y'all saying that's bisexual.
Yes,
That is
water.
a butch queen. That is a twink. That is a bottom. That
No,
is a
I'm
girl in the
bisexual. I'm
making.
bisexual.
That is a
I'm a
Projection.
that
man.
is a gay
I'm a
boy.
man.
Projection.
Yes,
That is
sir.
a
I'm
gay
a
boy.
man.
Listen, as a
No,
kid,
yes, sir.
can
I'm only
we
Oh,
not
you
stereotype?
projecting.
That
Oh,
is a gay
somebody's
boy.
No,
big
shot. No,
mad.
shot. I'm bisexual. I'm a man. I'm bisexual.
Yes,
So
we.
that
Yes,
is a
we.
girl.
Bisexual.
That is a girl right
Did
there.
Yeah,
you
okay,
Oh,
did you
I'm a
hear that
girl.
voice?
let's
Oh,
get
This is
back
a
to our
man voice.
debate.
This
Come
is a man
on.
voice.
did you look
Yes,
inside
sir.
my hypothalamus to tell me I'm a
Yes, sir.
girl?
Yes, sir.
You look
This
inside
is a
my
man voice.
hypothalamus.
Yes, sir.
I didn't
Oh,
know
look
I
at my
was a
Yes, sir. This is
girl.
a man
hypothalamus.
voice.
That is
Yeah,
a
I'm
girl.
really
Addy,
bisexual.
Addy,
That is
did
a
I'm
girl,
really
ladies and
bisexual,
Kyoja
gentlemen.
look into
Kyosha.
my
That is a
into
Yes,
my
girl,
sir.
ladies
Yes,
and
sir. I'm really
gentlemen.
bisexual, Kyosha. Like I'm so bisexual.
Yeah,
Like
can
I'm
we
literally like
Come
so
into my
bisexual, Kyosha.
listen?
hypothalamus.
I just want to say something. Can we
Like this is the
stop
voice
with
of a
the?
woman.
Can we stop with the attacks about bisexual, the negative stereotypes, and all that?
exactly.
Because that is
No.
not just
Right.
dig at
We,
Nate.
no, no,
Like
no, no,
that
no.
is
We need to
harm.
stop, you
Heaven
guys.
forbid.
Yeah,
This is the
that
voice
is
of a
harm
man,
to
and this is like
all
bisexual
queer
things.
people.
Yes, we know Elmo.
This is bisexual things, you guys. This is bisexual things. This is
Yes,
the
yes,
voice of a
Elmo.
man.
Yes, Elmo. We
Yes, this is
understand.
the voice of a man
Yeah,
as
this
a
is the
bisexual
voice of a
man.
man. Yeah.
Nate, as a bisexual
Yeah.
man, as a
Yeah.
bisexual man. man, Nate.
No, my
This is the voice of a
hypothalamus.
bisexual
My
man.
hypothalamus switched to female just
This
now.
is the
So
voice of a bisexual
how would I
man, Nate.
identify?
You stop.
Oh my
That's
word.
what you like, cause you're
My
a girl.
hypothalamus.
You're a girl.
I'm just
You
a
know what?
bottom bisexual man.
Can I just?
You're a girl.
Nate, I'm just a bottom
Can we
bisexual
stop,
man. I'm
please?
just a bottom
Yeah,
bisexual man.
we know
I
Addy.
have lost
So
control of the panel.
You have
Everybody
unmute.
is just
Y'all,
I'll
please relax.
contribute
Let's
to the
get
law
on the
now.
conversation, please, for
everybody's
real.
being mean to each other now. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
we're
nice
being
gift.
nice.
Thank you.
I would like to say something in drop, please, if that's okay.
Here we go. Are you going to tend to Rudolph after you leave?
I
Christmas is
wanted to
coming
say that I joined
Christmas is coming
specifically.
up, you know. If you want him to shine his
I'm
nose.
not even talking about you, honey. I joined specifically because Raw Real asked the question, why does a trans woman get SRS? And I've heard this question before. And whenever I hear it, I think to myself, are you asking why a woman would want a vagina? And then on the flip side, if she doesn't have access to that care, they demonize her even more as a predator. So it's just a bullshit question. Like the care saves lives. It has 99% a success rate. That's all I wanted to say. I didn't want to get heated or wrapped up. I hope you all
Thank
have a
you,
nice day,
Rika.
including Nate. Auntie in the chat, everybody. Thanks.
Yeah, you can
Thank
take
you,
it with you.
Santa. Thank you
Love you,
for coming.
Santa.
Always a pleasure.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Do you turn yourself on when you do that?
No, I don't.
I'm
I'm
not sure
sorry.
who these folks
No.
are.
No. But anyways, Miss Wata, can we arrange a 1v1, please, on this platform? I'd love to arrange a 1v1.
No.
I mean,
1v1 between me and you?
Sorry, excuse me, Kyoja, I wasn't speaking to you. 1 second.
It don't matter.
You
You're
and
speaking to my
Addy.
auntie.
Sorry, what did you say? Well, I couldn't hear you. The imbecile to my
Who
top
do you
right
want
is
a
talking over
1v1,
you.
Nate?
Before the 1v1, Nate, I need an answer to my question. What type of reputation do I have on this app?
Oh my God, Lenzico, go put on some glasses. Go away. Anyways,
Put on sunglasses. Go. No, that did not answer my question.
Girl, take the D out your
That did
ass.
not answer my question, sir. What type of reputation do I have on this app?
Can I finish talking to my auntie? Can I finish talking to my auntie?
Not your auntie, nigga. Please.
Talking to my, yes,
What
she's my
reputation
auntie.
do I have on this app?
Of course.
What reputation do I have on this app?
Lenzico, who
Answer
are
me,
you?
please.
Okay, anyways, yes.
But I'm trying to figure out. You made
Auntie
that
Wata.
claim the other day that I had a reputation on this app. I need you
Jesus
to
have
substantiate that.
mercy on
What
my soul.
reputation do I have?
Okay.
Does this nigga ever shut up? Go away.
Respectfully, can y'all deal with that in the DM? Like,
Right, like go away. You don't have. I don't know who you are. Go away. So, anyways, yes. Just a one. Bro, are you on crack? Are you on? Are you good? Are you on crack?
We're gonna get the live taken
Wait,
down.
y'all. That's a conversation for another time, gang. Let's just have a civil conversation.
Where'd Nate go?
You're fine. Oh my God.
Y'all cannot let me be the nicest person on the panel. This is ridiculous.
Real, honestly. So, anyways, yeah, I was going to say if we could have just a little 1v1 chat, you know, because in the previous live, you know, the muting kept happening and I couldn't really address what you were saying. So, would you like to?
Nigga, the first time I ever met you, you did not stop muting me.
Vinny, please. You didn't know how to say Somata Stadium.
I was fucking drunk, mate.
And you lied about you lied about getting a neuroscience degree, but we'll get to that later. So
we can get on that right now.
Hey, I got a question for Jabba the Hutt over here.
Want to finish talking to?
Who is this?
Okay.
Sorry, is this?
That's
Sorry,
what we're
I
not
only.
gonna do.
Sorry, can I finish?
I was real close to blocking you, but I let your ass come back up on this panel. And the first thing you want to do is fat shame and call names. You can.
That's kind of crazy. Like talking about weight when you don't even look like a stick. Kind of crazy.
Can I make a statement?
No,
Nate,
I'm
Nate.
talking. No.
Okay, well, I was gonna say something respectful to you. So since you want to be rude,
can you hold
since you
your
want to be
respect for a sec?
rudeness, I was gonna tell them to donate to get you a passport so you can come to the U.S. and be free and gay. See, I was saying something nice about you. First of all, I want to say it's only fair to let Nate speak when he speaks because he feeds off that. He feeds off of because he don't have a voice anywhere else. So I was going to say, y'all, give him because he need a passport so he can come to the U.S.
Someone send me
and
the
be
TikTok
free.
universe. Someone send me the TikTok universe. Send the TikTok universe.
Also, be mindful when Nate is on other live, when the other butt lickers are and he's hosting their live. he would drop y'all immediately. I just want y'all to let y'all know that.
That's
Y'all
not
playing with him.
true. What?
That's
literally how
is
I met
true.
you, Nate.
Are
He
you
will literally
schizophrenic?
drop y'all in a minute if he was a
Are
moderator
We've
on
seen
other
him.
his butt liquor live. He will do that. He will
Like
drop
we
y'all in a
navigate him
second.
with the
Okay.
conversation, and then
But
he
All right.
drops
yes,
them.
So
Okay.
let's keep gifting Nate so he can get a passport so he can come over
okay.
here with us
I think
so he
you're.
can be free like us. Because
Wait,
we
Can,
want
can
you to
I?
be
All
free
right,
and
Ask him
y'all.
the
gay.
way I want you
Miss
to
We
D,
don't
can I
want you
ask
to
you a
get beat
question?
up.
Okay.
Miss D,
Can I
can I ask you a
respond?
question real quick?
No, I'd like to respond
Wait
to
one second,
D.
Nate. Wait one
But
second. Let me ask Miss D a question. Miss
oh
D,
my God.
Yes,
when we're
yes.
is free and gay, is that like a coupon?
For Nate, it is because it's like a giveaway. It's like a prize won because over there in the country they live under bridges and stuff when they find out they're gay. So he can't.
Damn,
That's
is this
so
in one of the
it's
Oh my
pages
so
of
God.
the
sad.
He's
agenda?
bisexual.
Oh
He's
my
It's
God.
bisexual.
very
He's
sad in
bisexual.
Jamaica. Like they will put
Jealous
them
mom.
under a bridge. I'm not
No, he's
jealous.
bisexual.
Okay. So
It's
can I
like
respond to you now?
after
Can
I'm
I?
finished. After I'm finished, okay?
Oh, you never
Yes.
finished, but okay.
Okay.
After
Say,
this 1v1, Nate, can you
okay,
sing us a
bitch.
song?
I'm sick of you,
He can't
bitch.
be
Are you
discriminated.
finished?
He's bisexual, you guys.
Finish now? Oh,
So
Auntie Water, you're muted. Auntie Water, you're muted.
in respect of
Oh,
Nate,
I said
let
Jabba
Nate
has
speak.
something to say.
Oh, Jabba has
Okay,
something.
Jabba.
Can he sing us
Jabba
a
has
song
something to
when the
say.
debate's over?
Yes, Miss Ma'am.
Let's just give him a passport so he can come with us and walk with us and march with us, and he can be trans. Yeah, I
No, no,
support
no. He's
that.
bisexual.
It's
He's
the same,
bisexual.
Oh,
the same
wait,
garbage.
somebody said he was interested.
So, Auntie, can I respond to
No, he's bisexual.
Miss D? Is that okay with you, my dear?
Okay,
Oh,
sure.
Nate, can
yes.
you sing when this is over?
So, yes, I'll sing for you. I'll sing a wonderful song that perfectly suits Miss D to the bottom line. Give me just a second.
I was thinking more like something by NSYNC.
We'll see. So really quickly, Miss D,
Nice.
I know among the many things you're uninformed on, you're
I'm gonna tell
also
your mother. I'm gonna tell your
uninformed.
mother what you are, so
Oh,
you can be. You're gonna be
okay.
in
Oh my
trouble.
God.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Also, your bars are on too. You might want to, get the better Wi-Fi. Not the trans Wi-Fi. Get
It's
the
better
cis
than
Wi-Fi.
Jamaica Wi-Fi. It's better
Get
than
the cis
Jamaica
Wi-Fi,
I
not the
love
trans Wi-Fi.
Jamaica.
So
Bitch.
Okay,
He's trying to
y'all.
get you banned.
Why do y'all keep
That's why he
doing
keeps
that?
saying things like that. He wants you to get banned. He says things and then he drops.
Bruh. Nate,
Oh, is that what it is?
stop doing that.
He doesn't want to get banned. He wants you to get banned.
okay.
Yeah,
So anyways,
that's why we got to bring it back
Save
to
the
the
live.
conversation.
Save the live because we cooked Auntie. We cooked what's her name? Christi. So save the live. Choose restart.
Okay,
That's
let me
what he's trying to
restart.
do.
no, I'm
Nate,
not
when
going
you
to do the
come
live
back,
thing.
can